I'm half dead. Let me know when you're recording. Oh, okay. It's in real time, your place to go for entertaining car talk. Coming to you live today from the Houston Auto and Boat Show at NRG Center in Houston, Texas. We're going to be talking to car people about new cars and boats and a few RVs too. Conrad has the car clinic. We'll also have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. It's just ahead on this edition of the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin. Engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us today on our special Facebook broadcast. We hope that this is going on Facebook.
Yep,
is
yeah,
it?
it just popped up.
Oh my goodness, it is. I can't believe it.
Miracles never cease.
I know. We've kind of messed around here all morning long trying to get everything all squared away, and just by the hair of our chinny chin did we get it in on time. At least we hope that we did.
Which is what we typically do.
Well,
it's like the last 5 seconds, and all of a sudden everything seems to work.
We're okay.
We may spend 2 hours trying to get everything to work, but right there at the moment.
Are you trying to say something, Jeff?
I am. You know, it's Conrad, so it's okay.
Okay.
Good.
Are you good?
Yeah. We got the hamsters going.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say.
That's good. I hear somebody's phone is loud and coming through, and I know that's probably Conrad's.
Nope.
It's not?
Not
it's
mine.
Jeff's. Okay.
Nope.
Well, now that we got all that squared away, we are here, as I mentioned earlier, at the Houston Auto and Boat Show, and we're right across the way from the Camp Jeep display.
We are.
And that's the display generally when the doors open, everybody runs to because they want to drive over the hills and through the dale. And
I was thinking the same thing.
So our first guest in the remote studio today here at the Houston Auto Show is Candace May with Jeff Haas Mazda. And
right.
Candace, it's good to see you, and thanks so much for coming by. I'm glad. I don't know who lined this up, but I had asked yesterday, I said, we need to find somebody with a dealer that's having their own display on behalf of the manufacturer.
That's us.
And that's you
us.
guys. Yeah,
Yes.
Jeff Haas. So tell me, I guess that you and I kind of had a discussion right before we went on the air, and the fact that not all the manufacturers are represented here. Most of the major ones are, but for some reason that you don't know, Mazda decided that they weren't going to have a quote-unquote corporate display. Mm-hmm. And so when I walked the room, if you will, yesterday, I did notice that Jeff Haas Mazda's got a display of Mazdas. And I guess a full boat of Mazdas, all of the Mazdas that Mazda makes.
Yes, we were able to get them all here, yes.
That was a miracle unto itself.
It was a big miracle, yes. We were trying to get some 22 models as well, and those are arriving, just now.
Right.
So we were able to squeeze one in there.
oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, so I know that you are kind of the head of the sales department. What is your official title?
I'm the new car director.
The new car.
So I'm over the new car sales department.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
As opposed to the fixed ops director.
Yes, or the used car, or finance. Yeah. So the new car department.
well, let's get a little background on you. Have you been in the car business most of your adult life?
I actually have been in the car business all my life. Yes.
How did you manage to do that?
I actually started in the car business as a receptionist and worked my way up to the top.
Oh, good
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
Good for you.
That is awesome.
Yes.
You
It
don't
shows
find that.
the opportunity is there to start
Yes.
at any level to get on up to senior management.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we are thrilled to have you here, and this is not your first rodeo here at a car show.
No, I've been doing car shows for a while. Yes.
Yeah, and do you gain something out of doing these car shows?
I think we do, and as well as my salespeople, since we're the last two car shows, Jeff, we were able to work it, and our salespeople were able to work it and talk with customers. They're really excited about it. We really do believe in our product. And Mazda not participating in the car show again this year, it gives us the opportunity to come out here and showcase what we have. We have a really good product, and we wanted our owner, he really believes in the product, and he wanted to make sure that people were able to see it.
Well, Jeff Haas has been around for a long time.
Yes.
And he's been in the car business, I'll bet, longer than you have.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, and a respected car dealer in the Houston area. And so how did that work with other Mazda dealers in the Houston area? I mean, did they say, hey, wait a minute, what about us?
I mean, if I want to say, I think they may have had the opportunity to also join in, but I don't know why they didn't. We're open to working with everyone, and for some reason they didn't. And hey, more for us.
Well, yeah, for sure. Especially because you brought salespeople here.
Yes.
Which is different than the manufacturers who bring these product specialists.
Exactly. Yes.
So you actually have people here on the ground that are willing to take an appointment.
Yes.
And make the deal for the customer.
It's kind of in real time for us, as opposed to a manufacturer getting
in wheel time.
Yeah, in wheel time, exactly, exactly in wheel time. For us, as opposed to the manufacturer getting leads and all of that, it's good for the customers. They like it. They're actually speaking to someone from the dealership, and they're able to exchange information. And we have appointments coming in as of last night and today already. And
just to see the product.
Just to see the product, yeah.
So there was any pressure put on you guys from the car show? Says, hey, look, this is not a sales event. Did they say anything to you about that?
No, not at all.
That's good.
No,
yeah.
it's been pretty pleasant. Yeah.
Well, I was here back in the this is going to show how old I was in the 80s and 90s.
What do you mean was? How old you are?
I am. Back in the 80s and 90s, where generally salespeople were all the people who were on the ground talking to customers before they brought in the product specialists. But I think there's an accessibility to a salesperson that people who come to the show want, because now it's an opportunity. Hey, I saw that red MX-5, and this guy says there's others on the way, and set me up, and I'm ready to buy.
Oh yeah, we've actually sold 2 of our models, that are on display right now. Yesterday, so yeah, it's pretty nice.
Did you ask him to hold off in wheel time? Did you ask him to hold off until Monday? When
yes,
the
we have to. I said a couple of people got to get in and out of it, but yes, we did.
Well, I find it fascinating that we've not been able to talk to a dealer, because obviously, this is generally speaking not a dealer show. It's more of a manufacturer show. And they tout the fact that, hey, we're not going to put any high-pressure sales deal on you here to buy. We just want to show you the car. If you're interested, go to your local whatever dealer.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very important for us and for my sales guys to understand, they're just standing around. If someone has questions, we approach them. And then if they, a lot of times, customers do want to know information. And what do we have? We have right now, the way the business is working because of the car shortage, we're selling more cars that are incoming. Right. So, we're bringing a fresh incoming list with us of what's coming in. And you'd be surprised how many people actually want to know what we do have coming in and setting up appointments.
Do you have people that actually place orders with you?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You do?
On incoming, yes.
Well, and you guys just year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, built a brand new facility.
Yes.
Out there on I-10.
The largest Mazda in the world, according to Jeff.
Well, this is Texas. Everything's the largest.
It is, yeah.
And beautiful facility you guys built, and the hope is you get to fill it up with inventory, because I know that's been the struggle everybody's had, is just getting inventory from the manufacturers.
Oh yeah.
How is Mazda's struggle?
We're surviving. We're doing really good. We had to adjust to it, and I think we're doing really good. We have boards at work that are filled up with incoming units that are sold. When a truck arrives with vehicles, there's 9 vehicles, on a truck. Usually 7 of them are already pre-sold when they get there.
And the other 2, the salesman's calling somebody,
and the other 2,
saying,
someone's calling
get
and they're gone.
Now.
Yeah, so it's like, it looks like we're filling up inventory, and then they're gone. Yeah.
How a Japanese manufacturer, Mazda, how do you, I find it hard for me to understand the Japanese manufacturer, as big as Mazda is, would have a problem with chips, unlike, for instance, Volkswagen, a German manufacturer, they've got the Port of Houston lot filled up with cars.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with how any of that works, or what?
I don't really get into that. I mean, at the beginning when they I do know, at the beginning they kind of let us know this is going to be an issue. People started kind of pulling out from the production and ordering, and Mazda did say no, we're going to continue on.
Good.
So it didn't impact us as hard as it did some other manufacturers. So we've been able to kind of keep steady. But I don't get too deep into that. I just worry about the sales part.
Right.
Give it to me and I sell it.
Take charge of what you're
yes,
responsible
of
for.
what I can take care of. Yeah.
How has this impacted your sales effort, advertising-wise, floor plan-wise, the lot itself? I mean, it has an impact on everything that you guys do at a dealership, doesn't it?
It does. Surprisingly, it hasn't. I want to say as far as sales, it hasn't hurt us too much. It was kind of like, at the beginning when it happened, it was kind of like, when the pandemic hit and the toilet paper issue, everyone knew about that. Everybody ran out to get toilet paper. It kind of happened the same with the car business. A lot of people thought, okay, there's a chip shortage. They're not going to produce any cars.
Everybody goes out
If we're
and gets
going
a
to
Mazda.
trade in our car, we need to go and, I'm sure it was for everyone, we need to go and get our vehicle before they're gone. So it was a little bit of the FOMO going on.
And how is that now? Is that kind of settled down?
It's kind of settling down, but believe it or not, we're still pretty busy. Incoming board is full. Yeah.
But it has changed. You don't have people standing outside the door waiting to get in.
No, we definitely do business a little bit different. There's a lot of online orders. I mean, and that's just because from the pandemic on to the car shortage. So there's been in the last 2 years, there's been a lot of changes for us. But we like I said, we've kind of transitioned.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. It is. We have our billboard out. Jeff has Mazda wants to buy your car.
Buy cars,
so
yeah.
we buy cars now. So we've kind of turned into, we have a KBB buying center. On our showroom floor now as well. So, we're doing our best to get cars in our used car department also.
How are things in the service department?
Service is moving pretty good. I don't involve myself too much in service,
I know.
but our ROs are up and we're doing pretty good.
That's good. Well,
Because when she gets involved in service, generally means
somebody's going to get fired.
Something's getting hot.
Yeah, something's not working. I don't like to get involved in that. So.
But I would imagine that, when people come in to buy a car, we always tell them, hey, look at the service department because that's where you're going to get your car serviced.
Oh, yes, we definitely. When customers come in, that's one of our first stops is in our service department. And we have a beautiful, beautiful new facility. From where we came from, our old dealer to the new dealer, we have, we actually have like the most certified techs in our service department. We have a really big, beautiful facility, air-conditioned heat now for our techs as well now, where they didn't have that before.
They're thrilled, yeah.
So they're really excited with that. So we have a beautiful service department. We make sure we show all our customers where they're going to be servicing their car. We introduce them to the service advisors as well, so they have someone to contact for every step.
Yeah, and your old facility was kind of broken into pieces. You had one part of the service department, then kind of up in the lot, you had another part of the service department. So I'm sure all the technicians are pretty happy that
yes,
they're all
we
in
are. We're one
spot.
big happy family now, all in the same home now.
How is it finding qualified salespeople?
It's right now, I can tell you right now, there's tons of jobs out there and everyone's looking for work. But it's a little hard doing hiring right now. Right now, it is. But we have a wonderful training program. So right now we're hiring people who, not necessarily car experience, but if you like, interacting with people and you have that good personality, that's something that we're willing to train as well right now.
Do you have that one old guy in the sales department like me that outsells everybody and just go talk to Don. He's got this down.
Yeah, we have some people who have been there. One of my top guys, my top guy Charles Silman, he's been there for I want to say 16 years now.
It's a long time in the dealership world.
That's one good thing that we really love about our dealership. It's family owned and operated. Jeff is in the office. His son David is in the office every day. They interact with us, so it doesn't feel like that corporate vibe, So they're able to look at our employees as family and people and not just a number. And so that's really good. We have employees that have been there for 30 years. Our receptionist actually, when Jeff bought, she actually came with it. So she's been there for over 30 years, yeah.
So she was standard equipment with
yes,
the dealership?
Yes, she was, definitely, yes. So we have employees that have been there for a very long time. So.
It's funny because I think that just about every dealership has that old guy or the
Good.
person that's been in the office for 40 years that everybody loves, everybody goes to. We're having a baby. Oh my gosh, she's the one that has the surprise party. That kind of stuff. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? This guy here is out in the service department all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So you know that. Yeah. No, we do. We have employees. We have salespeople that have been there for a very long time. As a matter of fact, I was speaking about Charles because he's one of my top guys. And I have a few guys that are some of my top guys. He's just been there the longest. A few people come here. They're like, oh, yeah, we bought from you. We bought from Charles. And I've had several people mention him there because his face is just, everyone already knows him.
Nice.
Well, you already know that
Yeah.
when people repeat business, people coming back to Jeff Haas Mazda,
Yes.
for instance, and they want that same salesperson.
Yes.
I really got along with them. They treated me right. I had a great connection with them, and it's important in a dealership, don't you
Oh,
think?
very important. Yeah, it's very important. And that's, like I said, we're family owned and operated. And that's very important for us to make sure our customers, when they walk in, that they feel they're walking into a family member's home. It's not about, we're not about, high pressure sales. If you love the product and, you want to work with us, we're happy to help you.
So what do you drive for a demo?
I'm not driving a demo right now, but I do have a CX-5.
Okay.
Yeah. And I actually just purchased my son his first car. He just bought a Mazda 3 hatchback for his birthday
Okay.
in December, and he's really excited about that. I find him out in the driveway just sitting
How
in
old
it
is
now. He's 17.
My next door neighbor bought his high school daughter a Mazda 3 from you guys.
Yeah, no, they're very good, safe cars, and so I was really
And
happy.
good
to get
looking.
him. Good looking,
It's
yeah.
got that sport hatch
Yes.
look to it. It's a little hot hatch.
I can't find him in the house, and I look out, and he's in the driveway just listening to music, just in there. So yeah,
Well, I'm
really
sure
fun.
he's looking at wheels and tires and
Oh yeah, he is.
upgrade kits.
He's
and-
brought me several things that he wants to do to it.
Well,
so.
step up and get him.
Little
for
by
him,
little,
Mom.
little by little.
Well, it's great to talk to you. What can we look forward to when we stop by the Mazda booth?
Well, you can look forward to seeing me there, but you can look forward to seeing some of my salespeople there. We do have 10 models there. We have our CX-9, our Mazda 3 hatchback, our CX-30. We have our Mazda Miata, very sexy vehicle.
Yes.
We have 2 of those there as well. That's been a fan favorite so far. We also have free goodies to give out for people to come out. We got some music playing, and we're just having a good time out there.
So we invite everybody to come on out to the Mazda
Come
show.
out and
show
visit the
floor.
#1 Mazda dealer in Texas and come and have some fun with us.
And
Come
the-
see what we have.
And
And the
Mazda-
biggest Mazda dealer. in
And the
Texas.
biggest Mazda dealer, yes,
and
definitely.
They're supporting the show.
And
as
where
well.
are you?
We're located in Katy, off the Katy Freeway,
And
I got a
what?
list of
What
phone
exit?
numbers from all the dealers
between
here.
Barker Cypress and Park 10.
Okay.
On the south side of the road.
Yes,
All right. You've been there.
I've been there.
he's been there. He's been to our old one apparently too.
I've been to the old one quite a bit.
Well, Candace, it's great to talk to you.
Well, thank you so much for having
You're a
me.
good representative, and if Mazda is looking for a corporate representative, we'll recommend you.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Yeah. But
No, she doesn't want that. It's a price cut.
probably. Yeah, we know how that works, don't we? But Candace, thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a real pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, now that we finally got ourselves on the air.
Oh, did we?
No, I don't think we did we?
Yes,
Are we
we're
really
we're
on
there.
the air?
Yes, we are. We've been
Okay.
on since we started. I've been watching.
Have you?
Yep.
I don't. So,
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't really trust anybody that says anything to me anymore.
Well, I tell you,
because I just don't.
you told me to let you know when we were recording. We were like 3 minutes behind on the recording, but we were live, spot on. So we were good to go. Little camera adjustments and things, and audio adjustment.
She was a fun little interview.
and we're,
you
we're
know,
fine.
Again, to see that level of job with a female sales director, it's not as uncommon as you think. There's a lot of senior management in dealerships right now that rely on the organization of a female mind.
Well, I don't know Jeff Haas, and I don't know his dealership. I don't know anything about it, but I will say kudos to them,
Right.
Because they got somebody that's knowledgeable about their product, and clearly she is well liked there, and very
it sounds
approachable.
Like, sounds like a very good crew because they've had so many people there for so long,
Yeah.
which, like I said, that's relatively unusual in the car business to keep that many people working for so long because they're all kind of hunting for greener pastures.
Yep.
And as they're oh, that's going to be a little loud.
Oh, sweepstakes. Did we win?
Yep.
They need 5 prizes. All right.
Why don't we just go ahead and put her on the air and let her just go ahead and do it right here in front of God and everybody?
It's a good idea.
Well, speaking of being in front of, we are at our normal location out here at the car show, right in front of Camp Jeep.
Camp Jeep. You know, it looks like it's bigger than it was last year. Maybe it's just the way they have it set up.
Well, you know, you can come out and drive the Rubicon 392, 470 horsepower.
Yep.
They also have the Jeep Gladiator Mojave, the first ever desert-rated Jeep brand vehicle. We need to get a Jeep person over here and tell us what makes it desert-rated.
I like the way that you just read it right off the sign.
You're welcome. Welcome.
What about that one? That was
Camp
Ram,
Jeep.
And that was Ram, and that was Ram.
Rubicon 392.
Rubicon.
Oh, Rubicon, sorry. Yeah, well, it's great. And we would like to thank Kimberly Schultz with Chrysler, Stellantis, and Jeep for letting us use their little space here, along with Rochelle Salinas with the Houston Auto Show, HoustonCarDealers.com. It's a great show. We invite you to come out. Matter of fact, I can give you the show hours.
And what's behind
Rochelle
us?
is going to be here in the 2:30 hour. So today and tomorrow, the show hours are from noon until 9. Saturday, 10 to 9, and Sunday, 10 to 6. Tickets are $15 and include access to both events, meaning the Houston Auto Show and the Houston Boat Show. Because that's why they call it the Houston Auto and Boat Show.
Oh.
Isn't that clever?
Yeah.
Children under 5 are free. And you can go to HoustonAutoShow.com or HoustonBoatShows.com. And you can also
bring lots of money.
You can
get one of each. And had beat and banged his way through and was going through the night and had lost both front headlights. So he came into the pits and his pit crew strapped on some flashlights. So because the rules were you had to have headlights. So they strapped on some flashlights so he can continue to race.
I have a neighbor.
Could you use some other term other than strapped on?
I have a neighbor that puts those on
Taped
his
on.
lawnmower and he cuts his grass at night.
Seriously.
And then
across the street.
Is it a Coleman lantern that he's got glued onto?
No, it's something to do with Boy Scouts or something.
And then NASCAR starts February 9th with the Daytona Clash at the LA Coliseum. The duels will be Thursday, February 12th, the qualifying races, and then the Daytona 500 will be the 14th. NHRA starts up. Actually, I think they're in Phoenix this weekend doing some testing, after talking to Antron last week. And the Winter Nationals in Pomona start February 17th through the 20th, and we want to wish Antron all the best as he goes out there and takes a couple of wallies
with his brand new team.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was pretty exciting.
It was.
I thought that was very good. And then IndyCar starts February 27th. Formula One doesn't start until March.
Well, whatever on Formula One.
You're giving up on Formula One.
He never was a fan of Formula One. All he does is gripe about the fact that these guys make way too much money and got their nose stuck in the air.
That's right there.
Well,
that's it.
But that's
Lewis Hamilton wasn't too happy with the end of the season.
That's a nice way of putting it.
He's like the Tom Brady of football. If you hurt him, if you look at him wrong, it's a penalty. If you bump into him or whatever, you're fined. He's the Tom Brady of football, is the Lewis Hamilton. My opinion.
Both of them were out of the championship because Brady's not playing anymore.
Well, that's that's fine with me.
Is he not going to play ever again?
No, I'm sure he'll play again.
Is Aaron Rodgers going to play again?
They're out of the playoffs. I don't know about Aaron.
So.
He's probably not a happy camper.
No, but I don't think any Packer fans.
But if he gets traded to somebody, he's going to get rich for a couple of years.
I'd like to be a Giants fan, which I am. That's terrible.
All right.
The only thing worse than being a Giants fan is being a Lions fan.
Or a Texan.
Or a Texans fan.
Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on your favorite podcast channel. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break and these messages.
You're invited to the event of the year. The Houston Auto Show and Houston Boat Show are getting hitched. January 26th through the 30th at NRG Center. The Auto Show and Boat Show unite for the first time ever. Take a test drive, board your dream boat, check out the latest and greatest models. One ticket gets you into 2 great events. The Houston Auto and Boat Show, January 26th through 30th at NRG Center. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Houston, we have a date. Saturday, March 19th, 2022. It's the premiere of the all-new Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you are invited. Tailpipes and Tacos kicks off a new seasonal format, and first up is the Spring Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. Saturday, March 19th. Tailpipes and Tacos will award trophies for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic, so make plans now. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in, and this one brings it all together for Spring 2022. You'll enjoy seeing the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, along with Lupi Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no fee, and you can automatically compete for custom Lupi trophies. It all happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for the all-new Spring Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 19th. Spectators are welcome. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Let's celebrate the arrival of spring and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos March 19th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Real Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Real Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@inwheeltime.com. Welcome to In Wheel Time, your car talk show.
All right.
The entertaining place to go today, coming to you live from the 2022 Houston Car and Boat Show at NRG Center. More new car talk is just ahead. Conrad has his weekly lesson in the car clinic, and we'll have this week's auto news. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong, we need more Jeff Zekin, engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. You know, I'm still trying to get through this cold, and I still have the cough, and I still have the runny nose. Not that you wanted to go into all of that, but I will tell you that it has been the past 3 days just awful. Yesterday, I over-medicated myself and had what I called medicine head.
Oh, boy.
You know, Alka-Seltzer, cold and sinus and all that over-the-counter stuff.
So it's different than what you were in high school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there is that. So
this is legitimate.
Yeah, this is to tell the truth, isn't it? Yeah, just saying. Well, guess who showed up?
Benny.
It's Benny Munguia from Camp Jeep. Benny, it's good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Afternoon.
I know. Did we see you last year?
Yep, you saw me last year. I was here.
Did we see you the year before?
And the year before.
And the year before that, and the year before that.
I'm not too sure about those other years. I can't remember as much as I used to.
So, you're on the circuit again?
Yep.
Doing
yes,
Camp Jeep. How are things going?
It's going excellent. We got all our cars running, all our Jeeps, and ready to roll.
Yeah.
Well, you brought some cool toys this time.
Oh yeah.
Did you bring the 4xe?
We got the 4xe. We got our 392 V8 Wrangler.
But you can't really. You really can't do what we want to do with the 392.
Well, we kind of do in a way.
Do you? You just kind of make do with that?
Yeah, we got a little area where we could kind of
peel out,
gun it a little bit, rip it up.
Rip it up a little bit. Well, I see that you've got the great big flyover thing there. And now this year, the Jeeps actually go underneath that in the trail. That's something new.
Yeah, we got a little tonner to go in and also go over the hill.
Yeah. Okay, so how does it work? You come to the car show and you look for Camp Jeep. And if you come in the front door, it's you go through the front door and you take a right and go to the end of the NRG Center, and you'll find Camp Jeep next to the truck display and experience that you have down there.
And in-wheel time in between.
Well, for this next hour and a half anyway. So Benny, when you come and check in, what do you expect to see? There's somebody guarding the gate? You got to sign your life away, or how does that work?
You just go in, you sign up. They'd ask for a license. It is a ride, so it's an experience ride.
So you ride along, you don't drive?
Yes, we have professional drivers that do all the
That's
fun
to keep
stuff.
people from you from driving.
Yeah.
Or like Mars from driving.
Well, and rightly so.
There is a ramp, and you got the ramp
I
acceleration.
know, and I was just going to say the on-ramp acceleration test. That's what Mars is known for, and we try to keep him away from indoor events. Yeah, keep him out there. So you sign up, and then you get placed in your ride. You put your seatbelt on, and then what? How does that work?
And then we basically have these product specialists / drivers, professional drivers that give you information, tell you what obstacles we're going over, what they do. And each obstacle is a little different than the other. We obviously have the big hills, you can see. We do have what we call the breakover. It kind of gives you a little stretch.
The twist.
The suspension. We do have a wedge where you go sideways, about a 30-degree angle.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty nice.
So that's right over here.
Do people scream when they do that?
Sometimes.
To put their hands in the air?
Yeah, sometimes.
It doesn't take near that amount of stuff for me to scream. I can tell you that.
So on the breakover, do you have the stabilizer bar disconnected on them?
On the Rubicons, the ones that come with it. But we also do have our Grand Cherokee L, which is really nice. That's the first time we've had it this year, a couple of months ago. We do also have the Mojave Gladiator out here. And we do also have a Gladiator Rubicon.
So what makes the Mojave desert rated?
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, it's just it's got different shocks on it. It's more built. It means this still has the same type of engines, but it sits a little higher. It does have bigger Fox shocks on them.
More firm suspension.
Yes, yeah. So you could jump those little dooms and have fun with it, which is pretty nice.
Have you done that?
I have not yet, and I do live by the beach, I'm waiting.
You've got a vehicle out here with a snorkel on it. Is there a water pool we can go
you
through?
get 6 feet of water we can drive through?
Yeah, that's one of our modified Mopar Gladiators that we have out here. So it sits on 37s. It's got the snorkel.
Mopar connection. There you go.
Yes.
So when you guys get your rider in there, do you kind of explain the dash layout and the Uconnect system and that sort of stuff if they have questions?
Well, any questions they have, we'll answer for them as best we can. But some of them do want to just go for the ride. I mean, it is a lot of fun, but they do get an experience. So they get to learn a little bit about the vehicle and explain to them like how it works and why we use 4x4, why we use different type of trim levels on the track.
So these are really conquest people that you're talking to, people that maybe perhaps were thinking about buying some other kind of vehicle, and they've heard about Jeep, they know about the Jeep lifestyle, and want to get exposed to it a little bit, but they actually have never been inside of a Jeep. Right,
correct. Yeah, and not only that, but like people want to know about, we have the 4xe, the electrical, the hybrid, and they want to know about that. I have my Wrangler, but I want to look at this 4xe and see how it is, and that's when we come in.
Comparing the driving.
Do you teach them the Jeep Wave?
We teach them the Jeep Wave, of course. It's every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes, I'm sure.
Now she's got a stick. Do you have to be that tall to get into the ride?
Yeah, so you have to be 44 inches to go and sit down. It's a safety issue with the seatbelt.
I guess I can't,
Right.
Yeah. And they do have to have a guardian with them. Obviously, when you sign up, you have to be 18 and over.
That's funny. You got to have a guardian with you, too.
Yeah.
I do. Mine is more along the lines of the nursing home attendant.
You go.
Why don't you? I noticed that you're conveniently not saying anything.
No, I've asked some questions. I'm good. He's wanting to make sure I ask the right questions and not just be a goober.
So, when did y'all move this in?
I believe they started building these tracks yesterday when we first opened, probably about 5-6 days ago.
Yeah. Now, is this the normal setup? You said Miami and other places. Is this the largest it is, or you do add more, or
is it basically the same track,
cookie cutter
each location?
Each city's a little different. We mix it up a little different. So we always have the hill. That's of course that's the eye candy.
And you just kind of build around that.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So it's kind of like a Lego thing that you kind of put together and change up based on. Do you clearly in some locations you have height restrictions,
right?
And others you've got square footage restrictions that are different here. Were there restrictions here, or do you just kind of lay out the big kahuna here?
I mean, of course, they talk to the fire marshals and whoever's in charge here. So, and then from there, they just get the space that they need, and then start doing measurements and see where they could tweak and see where everything fits.
Wow.
And they do it every time.
And it's the same crew that sets up and takes down each time?
Yes.
Or do you hire a crew when you get to a
Yes,
city?
they have a certain crew that comes and puts it all together and takes it down. It's always the same people.
And how many vehicles total?
On our track, we have a total of, right now we have about 6 vehicles on the track, but we have 9 total.
9 total.
9 total out there.
It looks like more than 9. Just a lot of
It
vehicles.
looks that way.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to drive in a specific vehicle, they can kind of just wait in line until it comes around.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll put them in a vehicle, whichever's in front, give them a turn. They actually go twice. So as soon as they get out of that vehicle, go, okay, which vehicle would you like to ride now? Just not only that, just kind of show them the difference. You know, okay, I want the Wrangler, but they get in a Grand Cherokee L. I'm like, okay, just try this out. And then when you come back, okay, now you could try exactly the one you want.
Well, and the Grand Cherokee L is kind of the luxury.
Yes, very nice.
Very high-level
Very
luxury
nice.
car you guys are
Plus,
selling.
you kind of
right
keep
now.
the line moving.
Right, it's consistent.
And yeah, instead of having a lot of people stand there waiting on a particular vehicle, you keep it moving.
Yeah, we keep it moving like
That's
that.
cool.
Well, we know when we're here on Saturdays, yours is the first place everybody runs to
Yes,
when the
it's-
doors open.
Yeah. We give
Well,
them-
how does that make you feel?
Oh, that's great. I mean, for us,
You're like rock stars of the off-roading
Yeah.
industry.
and it makes our day go faster, easier.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just kind of just waiting. But it goes by really fast for us.
How many 18-wheelers does it take to put all that stuff in there and haul it away?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, that's.
I mean, this is a Beatles concert right in front of us.
Yeah, definitely.
But you take the same vehicles with you, location to location?
Yeah, we take
or
the
do
same
you-
vehicles.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you just package all this stuff. I just was wondering, if you got 9 vehicles, can you get them all on a single transport?
Yeah, they put them like in different reliable trucks.
Okay,
Or
so you got
18-wheelers.
multiple trucks for the vehicles, then you got to pack up all the gear after it's disassembled.
It's a lot of trailers.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of trailers.
How long does it
That's
take
Abbey
to go
Road.
around a loop?
The loop probably take about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
And you're going to do that 12,000 times a day on average.
if we're lucky enough, yeah.
No, for the event, not per day.
Oh,
for the
Oh
event.
yes, for the
event?
for the events.
Oh, okay. Well, I wrote it down wrong. My bad.
We're trying to train him, but
Yeah,
he
well,
just will not conform.
Old guys can't teach old dogs new tricks.
And do you own a Jeep personally?
I do. I got my Wrangler Sport S.
Okay.
I'm kind of building it up. So
Oh, yeah, putting
Yeah,
some mods on it, which is the thing most people want to do with their Jeep is
Yeah, it's
modify
exciting.
it so you don't see your Jeep
yeah,
driving down the road, and everybody has their own little, their own little
Niche.
accessories
Yep.
that they want to put on.
Well,
the
you
wheels
mentioned
and
the
tires.
Special.
you mentioned the 392 with the 470 horsepower. Do you have the 4-cylinder out there?
we do not have the 4-cylinder out there. Right now, we just have the two 392s and the 2 4x's. So that's the 4 Wranglers that we have
Okay,
out
so you
there.
don't have the 6 and you don't have the 4.
Right, correct.
Well, what good are you?
Next year.
Well,
You got to
thank you
mix
very
it up a
much.
little bit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sure the 4xe is something everybody's looking to get in behind the wheel
Yeah,
of,
we've been getting a lot of requests for it, actually.
just as the
A
EV market is expanding, and you guys offer pretty cool EV.
Yeah, I mean, usually we only bring one, and then we'll bring, whether a turbo 2.0 or 3.6 liter V6. But we do get a lot more requests now for the 4xe. So we're trying to throw it out there.
Well,
Looks pretty neat.
Yeah. It's always great to talk to you and good to see you again. And
Same.
you better get out there and enjoy that nice weather at some point today because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's
absolutely
beautiful.
it's a beautiful day.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. Love it here.
It's all- And just about the time you all get packed up out of here on Monday, it's going to turn south again. So
Oh, man.
Cold and rainy.
Where is the destination after Monday?
For myself, I'm actually flying to Brownsville, Texas,
Okay.
and then
Go home for a
south
few
back.
days.
Yeah. Going for a few days, about a week, and then off to Chicago.
Oh.
that's right, the
Yeah.
big Chicago Auto Show.
Yep.
Yeah, they haven't moved that yet. That's still in the dead of winter.
Yes.
But,
Yeah.
And you know, us Texicans, we don't like that type of.
I haven't heard that in a
type of
while.
go.
I know.
Yeah.
But I always liked the Chicago show because I could go up there, get a couple of days of snow, and I could leave.
Yeah.
So you get your snow fix in, but you don't have to
I
deal with
knew
it all the
I
time.
knew he had a problem. I knew that.
One?
Yeah.
Just one problem.
Yeah.
Benny, it's great to talk to you. Benny Munguia, Camp Jeep, Houston Auto Show. Come see him, come see him, come see him and save.
Great to see you guys again.
It's great to see
We're
you.
going to try that out before we leave today.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, do
And
you drive?
No.
What's that?
Do you drive?
I could drive if you guys want.
We'll take us for a ride.
I'll make it interesting.
I find it, so. You know,
Make
the
you
other thing
scream
that
like a
I
girl.
failed to mention is the fact that so you can go over there and drive these, the ones that you've got that are drivable. Then you come over here and look at them and get all the details from the product specialists over here.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
right
And
across
there's
the road.
also a ride and drive where they could go test drive the vehicle on the streets.
Oh, there is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
out
wow.
front.
Yeah, I think we walked past that. That's out in front, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, right in the front.
All right. Benny, again, good to see you.
Good
Thanks
to
so
know.
much for stopping by. We appreciate
Thank you guys for having me again.
Yeah, man.
Nice
Benny
seeing you guys.
Munguia with Camp Jeep. Okay. Time now for Conrad's Car Clinic. Did you bring something?
Oh, yeah. You know,
what is in the car clinic
you
today?
are our favorite range
Guinea
anxiety
pig.
patient.
Oh, God, I am.
And, you know, there's battery breakthroughs that are providing 5 times the driving range of lithium ion at a much lower price. Scientists at the University of Michigan have made a breakthrough in lithium sulfur technology that could lead to widespread adoption of lithium sulfur batteries that are going to go 4 and 5 times longer than lithium ion.
Don't they give mental patients some sort of lithium?
Sulfur, yeah, lithium and sulfur.
Lithium and sulfur.
And then they plug them into your car to see how far it'll go. You know, if you look at what's the anatomy of a battery, there are 4 components to a battery: the cathode, the anode, the electrolyte, and the separator. The cathode is the positive side of the battery that allows current to flow out of the battery. The anode is the negative counterpart that is collecting the current as it's returning to the battery. The electrolyte allows the movement of the ions.
This sounds like some sort of a proctologist that you're talking about.
Well, I was thinking
here.
my urologist has introduced me to cathodes many times.
Gosh. And then the Achilles heel of lithium sulfur batteries has always been the cathode because it wants to expand and contract so much.
It sure does.
In the sulfur. You know, the current problem is the cathodes will grow by 78% during the charging cycle, and it makes it a little bit unmanageable. So the breakthrough design is scientists have started using Kevlar as the separator between the two of them, and it keeps that size fluctuating. Grab a spark plug wire under the hood of a car, and, you know, the spark plug wire hurts, but when you jerk your head back and you smash it into the hood, that hurts even worse. But this new technology of the lithium sulfur batteries, I think, could be a table turner on EV range anxiety.
Is there a
patients.
approximate time, 5-year, 10-year?
No, I think
Is
they're
right
talking.
now?
Yeah, I think they're testing right now, and they are saying that could be in less than 5 years. The other thing about lithium sulfur batteries is they're much lighter weight than the lithium ion battery. So when you do all of that, you're taking weight out of the vehicle, which extends the mileage, the range of it as well.
Well, you said the Kevlar for expansion, but that's also lighter weight than, say, an aluminum
Correct.
or a plastic.
Correct.
Yeah,
And
okay.
much stronger.
Yeah.
Much stronger.
Gotcha.
So
Very cool.
we can resolve Don's range anxiety and put him in something that's going to go 2,600 miles between charges.
You know, I wonder if I'll ever have that solved, that issue that I have.
Not in your lifetime.
Probably not in my lifetime.
Or-
But, you know, I will tell you this. A friend of mine just bought a new Tesla. I think I mentioned that to you last weekend, that he and his wife took it to San Antonio and back, and he wanted to see if it would make it on a single charge. And according to the computer, it would make it on a single charge. And that's not doing 50 miles an hour. That's doing 70 to 80.
Wow.
But like he said, you know, I just haven't had it long enough
To trust it.
to trust it is the ultimate answer. But, you know, there is that knowledge that you gain once you start driving it and realize that, well, the air conditioner, the heater, how heavy my foot is on the accelerator pedal, all of that goes into
Drawing the current.
yeah, and the less you can draw on the current,
The longer it goes.
Yeah. So there is that, and that's one of those things that you just have to learn about in your particular car.
Did you go for a ride in it?
I have not been in a ride in that one. I have been a ride in a Tesla before, and I'll tell you, it's really nice. And this is a beautiful car. It's dark gray, very dark gray, with a white interior. Oh
nice.
My gosh, is it beautiful?
Yep.
It truly is.
Till you eat spaghetti sauce.
Is the
or you
charge
spill a
No
chili
eating
dog.
in the car.
Is the charge time the same?
On the lithium sulfur, yes.
Yeah, it is.
You could still push in with 440 volts, which will give you an 80% charge in less than 30 minutes, which is kind of the market target, is to give somebody about an 80% charge in about 30 minutes.
Well, that Kia that I had that bad range anxiety that I could never get the thing charged up on 110, and I took it to the Whole Foods charging station, the fast charger up there, and I got 80% in 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that's a 220 at Whole Foods.
Yeah, well, it worked, and it eased my anxiety and enough to get rid of it a couple days later.
Isn't Buzz here? Buzz Tiberius?
Yeah.
He's somewhere around here.
Tiberius.
Yeah, well, because he had a Spock
Star
stuff.
Trek.
It's Star Trek.
Yeah.
He was looking like Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Yes. And
Captain.
he had some sort of.
Live long and prosper.
No, well, yeah, you got to keep your thumb out. You don't. Yeah.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. You know, I bowl kind of like that. More like that.
You bowl?
I am a bowler.
He's a bowler.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you were a baller. I didn't realize
that's
you were a bowler.
David.
No,
David's
I'm
a
the
baller.
shot caller. Yeah, baller shot caller.
Oh, boy.
That's me.
See what you started. Now I got to live through the whole
20-inch
day like this.
blades on my Impala.
There you go.
Gosh. But I thought that was great news about EV batteries, and the University of Michigan is right there in the heart of the American automotive industry.
Oh, absolutely.
So they will be well traveled by GM, Ford, and Chrysler.
By the way, speaking of calls, how about a recall?
All right.
Nissan recalls more than 790,000 Rogues, the compact crossover in the U.S. and Canada, for potential corrosion of the electrical connector under the dash that may increase the risk of a thermal event. The affected Rogue vehicles are from 2014 through the 2016 model years. In the U.S., an estimated 688,946.1 vehicles could be affected, according to National Highway Transportation Safety Administration.
It's a lot of iron on fire.
Yes, it is. Brake light malfunction and possible rollaway risk on the Ford Fusion and Ford Mustang for the 2014 through 2015 model years, as well as the Lincoln MKZ. And all of the Ford heavy duties from the 2021 model year are being recalled because of a secondary fuel filter leak.
Ooh, that's a thermal event waiting to happen.
Yeah, so you need to get that checked out. And, of course, you can always go to safercar.gov and type in your VIN number, and then you ask, well, where do I see my VIN number? Well, your VIN number is on your insurance card that you should be keeping in your wallet.
It's the easiest place to find it.
Or memorize it.
Yeah, that's it.
17 digits,
Sure.
alphanumeric.
You know your Social
Or
Security number.
if you don't have your car insured, it's at the base of the driver's side bottom of your windshield.
That's a total pain in the butt because you can't ever read it. The light has to be just right.
Yeah.
Vehicle applications created by automakers are being used by more customers, even though drivers remain unsatisfied with the smartphone app's performance. According to J.D. Power, of the 32 brand apps tested, none left respondents completely satisfied. I've heard that before. Tesla's app was by far the highest rated. Among combustion engine vehicles, the Volvo app worked best, according to Frank Hanley, J.D. Power Senior Director of Global Automotive Consultant. Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah.
He's a consultant.
Yep.
Many applications may still lack features that owners desire, such as navigation assistance and remote controls. The most common complaint was that apps run too slowly and thus are not worth using. Many owners also ask for apps to implement status information, such as informing the owner if their windows are locked or the doors are left open. People want a one-stop shop to find out all the information about their cars. There was a large increase in software issues in 21 compared to 2020, he said. Some of the apps that offer status information, for example, told users the wrong information. Several vehicles could not connect with apps when used in Android phones.
Interesting.
Study found that dealerships remain an integral part of setting up apps for users, as drivers still have difficulty navigating on their own.
Yeah, Angie's got that My Mercedes on the GLC 300 we have. It's spot on. You know, it is all set up to tell you what's going on with the car, the windows up or down, whether or not you can lock the car and stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty spot on. I'm pretty happy with it.
Quick break now. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Show.
You're invited to the event of the year. The Houston Auto Show and Houston Boat Show are getting hitched. January 26th through the 30th at NRG Center. The Auto Show and Boat Show unite for the first time ever. Take a test drive, board your dream boat, check out the latest and greatest models. One ticket gets you into 2 great events. The Houston Auto and Boat Show, January 26th through 30th at NRG Center. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Houston, we have a date. Saturday, March 19th, 2022. It's the premiere of the all-new Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you are invited. Tailpipes and Tacos kicks off a new seasonal format, and first up is the Spring Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. Saturday, March 19th. Tailpipes and Tacos will award trophies for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic, so make plans now. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in, and this one brings it all together for Spring 2022. You'll enjoy seeing the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, along with Lupi Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no fee, and you can automatically compete for custom Lupi trophies. It all happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for the all-new Spring Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 19th. Spectators are welcome. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Let's celebrate the arrival of spring and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos March 19th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Wheel Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Wheel Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@inwheeltime.com.
Welcome to In Wheel Time, your place for entertaining car talk. Today, coming to you live from NRG Center and the 2022 Houston Auto and Boat Show. More talk with guests from this year's car show. Plus, we have the upcoming events calendar and today's news headlines just ahead on today's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin, our engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us. We have a couple of guests now in our head, kind of like a stuck-up fashion as I walk past him. He says, hey!
That's what Karina does to me.
Yeah, pay attention to me.
So it's Karina and Chad. So what do you guys do down there at the Nissan booth?
Well, we are product specialists, so we are here to help customers when they come up to the display. We can answer questions on the full lineup. We can show them around any new product. We have 4 new vehicles that we're really showcasing at this show. Chad is also our superstar game show host.
Oh.
So if they come over, they can play this wicked awesome trivia game.
I want to be your announcer.
You know what? You come on over and you do that anytime for me, my friend, because normally I'm the guy that's the announcer for the other person on stage. So listen, it's a team effort, whatever makes the show better, and I know that you will.
You can be their Don Pardo.
From New York.
It's not like the Newlywed Game or anything.
It's not like the Newlywed Game. It's honestly, it's trivia, and we have an entire round dedicated to the Z, which is cool. So
that's cool.
It's history. It's general car knowledge. Sometimes it's rules of the road, but we have an entire round dedicated to the Z because we're really pumping up the Z over there. 3-liter twin-turbo V6, manual transmission, 400 horsepower. Yes, I know, right? I knew that you guys would be fans of the manual. It's also got a high-performance exiting
What
clutch.
does that mean? Are you saying something about our age? Or
No,
just
not
an
at all.
appreciation for a shifter.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
all
it was.
So many cars, Lamborghinis and Ferraris, you can't even get a manual in anymore.
We still offer one.
Yeah.
Which the manuals are actually a theft deterrent.
That's right.
It's a millennial theft.
A millennial theft deterrent. He said it.
Millennial theft deterrent is correct. They would look in the window and go, nope, not for me.
Nope, not
So
for me,
that's one of
but
the
we'll
questions?
take it.
That's a trivia question.
There you
It
go.
is, yes. Yeah, we don't. So we get into. It's not even really the nitty gritty. It's just fun. I give
It's
hints.
fun.
You guys wouldn't need the hints. Some folks, just to make it more fun. But we have free swag to give away. Not just the Z posters, but we have lots of fun stuff like sunglasses, selfie lights,
Oh, very
phone
good.
chargers.
So how are the participants taking to the Z? Because that's been so long awaited, and everybody's been waiting to see it. Now you have it here.
We're wiping the drool off of the hood.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes, because it's
Literally.
about 3 months away, give or take. It's this spring. It's due out, and people, we're telling them the price, which is starting price is in the around 40K.
Oh,
and
wow.
for a throwback to not just the 240Z, but also the 300Z. You guys can probably see, if you've seen it here at the show, that the front end, that front fascia, definitely harkens back to the 240,
Right.
which
Yes.
everybody loves.
And
then
kind of the rear quarters are a little more 300.
that's right. Yeah,
That's
the tail
exactly
lights.
right.
Yeah,
Now,
100%.
and the changes for 22, there are a lot of aftermarket places out there
Sure.
that do the wings, the spoilers, the body
Correct.
kits and things. That's still is it available through yours or
Nismo.
is it aftermarket or Nismo?
That will more than likely be the case. Since it's not out quite yet, they haven't really given us the rundown on that quite yet, but I guarantee you
They'll
that you'll
have
be able to do that
Because
through
there's
Nissan
always
Motorsport.
something.
There's
you see
always
one, somebody
something.
put something on that.
Yep.
How people can level up and make
Yep.
theirs stand out.
But
So-
stock, it's pretty sweet, though. I
Yes.
got to say.
Yeah, well,
there's-
400 horsepower. And what's it weigh?
They haven't given us the weight yet, but I would anticipate it being pretty close to the 370Z because,
So,
in the
30
mid-threes.
32, 3,300.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
I would say in that range.
Pretty decent with 400
And David
horsepower.
could
That's
put
right.
those long hubcaps, wheel covers, the ones that stick out.
No,
Is that
no,
never
no,
do?
no, 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 no.
That's his style.
They're illegal in Texas.
They are.
That would hurt my feelings. sir.
That
So
would make me sad.
is the one
sad tear.
is the one you have here a production finalist?
It is technically a pre-production model, but it is basically
That
the one
is
that you're
what
going to
it
see.
is going
yes,
to look
it
like.
is.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
It's a performance trim. There's going to be two trims, Sport and Performance, and then there's technically a Z prototype or Z proto spec, which means
Oh.
we're only building 240 of them. That's with
Oh,
the
that's
beautiful.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
super cool.
As you can.
And the dealers are going to make a ton of money selling that one.
well, I imagine so. There, I mean, since there's only 240 of them,
and there's more than 240 dealers.
Yeah, is it
Yep.
going to be like one of these, the vehicle 40-ish in
Yeah.
that area, and then the dealer's going to tack on another 20 and things like that?
hopefully
The
not.
first model?
Hopefully not.
Okay.
Hopefully
We'll
not.
go with hopefully not because it is tough to tell. I've heard horror stories from
Oh, yeah.
like other manufacturers.
That's why I brought that up. I didn't want to
Corvette,
Yeah.
Corvette Chevrolet is
Well, yeah, I was going to spell it.
sending all kinds of letters to their dealers about Corvette markups. Ford sending all kinds of letters to the Lightning F-150 on
Yep.
their kind of markup.
Yep.
So, but they're independent businessmen. If somebody's willing to pay it, all the power to them.
And that's what I'm hearing is that
Yeah.
some people are just not having a problem paying the upcharge. People are so excited about this Z because the 370 was around for a little while.
Yep.
But when
it was
did it go
time.
away?
2020 was the last model year
Okay.
for the
I
370.
thought it was earlier than that, but still.
Yeah, I mean, there hadn't been really any major changes since roughly 2013, where we kind of did a revision on the front fascia. So, I mean, but that 3.7 liter, still a great motor. We went back to the twin turbochargers, which, as you guys probably know, that's the first time we've done that since the 90s. In the second generation
In the
300
300.
ZX. Yeah, I mean,
right.
and that's one of my favorite generations of the Z. But this one really did an amazing job. The designers just killed it, in my opinion. I know I'm a little biased, but you guys have to come to the auto show and check it out right here in Houston.
Well, I went
There you
to
go.
high school with a friend of mine had a 240.
Nice.
71 240, and they wadded me up in the back because I wasn't high enough on the
That
pecking
would've been
order
fun to see.
sit in the front
Sit in
seat.
the front.
They wadded
Wadded
him
him.
up.
Folded him up like
Fold
origami.
you, exactly.
Is that like what they used to do in phone booths? They put all the people in phone
Put
booths?
everybody in. So, what is the proposed production numbers? Do you know?
They have not shared that
How many
information.
Yeah,
no.
not for the regular Z.
And where's it being built?
I would say strong chance of Japan because the previous generation
Have all
was
been,
yep.
yeah.
So no plans yet for the United States, but things change.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that.
Interesting, yeah. Can't wait.
And
we're excited.
And you said there is the sport and then the performance.
That's right.
And what is the difference between the two of those?
Such a great question. I'm so glad that you asked.
You could win something. Conrad, it's a good question.
Hey,
It's
I got hot nuts.
The short answer is creature comforts. You're getting your Bose audio system with 8 speakers. You're getting the leather and Alcantara trimmed seats.
Oh, wow.
You're getting the 19-inch wheels as opposed to the 18-inch wheels. The performance exhaust, things like that. So there's really no difference in as far as sport brakes is an upgrade performance-wise. So I would consider that to be a performance upgrade. But
and
honestly,
is that an option, the sport brakes, or is that just part of the?
That's part of the
package?
performance.
So a
package.
sport brake would be a larger
rotor.
Rotor, yeah. Now, which one of you own one of the Z's?
Not yet, but
Not
this
yet.
one, the new Z,
think?
I will have one of those.
Are they making the new Z?
You mean, is it in production currently? For it to be in dealerships in the next couple of months, I would imagine so.
2-3 months, he said. Yeah.
Okay. Is it being made in Japan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a strong chance of that. Pretty sure it is.
Highly probable.
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, Steve came through, I guess, in the spring of last year, and brought the new one, the yellow one that you see in all the advertisements. And I was quite impressed. But it's a beautiful vehicle, and the interesting thing about it to me was the fact that they actually didn't go overboard in the design and kept it very simple. And that rectangular grille on the front, straight away, but it is so subtly sexy. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that interior, whew.
Less is more.
Yeah, when we brought it out here back last spring, we were at the
Was it the yellow
art
one?
galleries. Yeah, we had the yellow one, and it was at that art gallery
were
here
there?
in
I was
Houston.
there,
yeah, I
too.
was here. Yeah,
That thing's
it was
got 100,000
so,
miles on it now.
I mean, we had 2. We were touring all over the country like crazy with them. You know, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, just taking people to get a little glimpse at it. You know, as you know, a lot of events were shut down, so we're still trying to get the car out there so you could see it and touch it.
Where is home base for you two?
I just moved to Dallas, originally from Southern California.
And I am in Los Angeles, but I was originally from Florida.
Oh.
So you're going to go back to Florida and lose all that income tax the state takes from you?
Man, I'm
in
telling
LA?
you, that it's hard. I mean, the wife's not going to sign off on that. That's the honest answer at the end of the day. So we got family in Georgia, all kind of spread out through the southeast, and she's. We moved out to LA, and I asked her if she ever wanted to, move back, and she's like, nope, thank you for asking, but we're going to be right here, thanks.
My daughter lives in Fresno, and my son lives in San Francisco. So they have that passion for California as well.
Once you're there, I mean, we're not like on the coast, but I mean, it's hard to beat for the weather, for the food. I mean, we're both kind of
and
food
the car
nerds.
culture.
And the car culture.
Because I know they do. There's a couple of Z clubs that are super active in SoCal.
Yeah, San Diego's super active.
Yeah.
They used to rent their own display at the auto show.
They bring me every year to the Japanese classic car show, and that's a treat for me because I not only get to talk about these
you're
beauties,
a JDM guy.
The JDM guy.
Listen, I'm not going to kick it out of my garage.
So is there going to be a different version sold in Japan?
I've seen pictures of like an orange model with a different front fascia and hood, but they really honestly don't train us on the overseas models.
No,
but I mean, so chances are there'll be some changes. But
And a right-hand drive.
Well, and call the Fair Lady.
Yeah.
That absolutely is.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the story behind
the Fair Lady?
Why they call it the Fair Decade now? Impressive car, and we've taken all that knowledge and put it into the new Aria.
That's right.
And what's cool is, because I'm a performance guy, much like you fellas, you don't have to pick, or you now have the choice from going from a Z if you're a little bit old school and you want that manual transmission with just gas. But now in the top trim level of the Aria with all-wheel drive, that thing goes 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds.
Yeah.
And you guys know it's the torque.
Electrics.
It's the torque.
You know, you got 100% of the torque at the hit of the throttle.
That's right.
At 0 RPM.
But with the all-wheel drive, gives you that added control, so it kills two birds with one stone, gives you the handling as well as
and
the
have they
performance.
given you a price range on the Aria?
They have, starting in the mid-40s.
That's
and
not
then,
bad at all.
Yeah.
That's
Not bad.
If you go fully loaded, you're just under 60.
Not bad at
I'm
all.
in.
Right?
That thing is awesome.
And you can reserve one. What's cool is we have QR codes, so if you guys stop by the show, we have little QR codes. If you want to reserve yours, we highly recommend that. Better chance that you'll get the model. Bam!
She brought it with her.
She is prepared.
you.
Listen, Karina is nothing but prepared. Yes, she's.
Well, then
It's
why,
so simple.
why do you have
Scan-
him?
No, I don't need to be
Because
here.
he loves to geek out on cars, and I knew you guys would fall in love with him, so I was like, you're coming with me.
Actually, technically, performance-wise, they don't need me. She can do it all.
Gotcha.
She can do it all, but I'm just kind of happy to be along for the ride.
Oh, he's great. I knew you'd love him.
We
Wonderful.
do. Okay, so
And then truck-wise, you guys just
Frontier.
released the new Frontier.
We have the new Frontier and the new Pathfinder on the floor as well.
Yep.
both of them.
And the Pathfinder is kind of going back to the old Pathfinder, where it's not a CUV. It really is a truck utility.
It is a return to rugged for sure, but it's
Correct.
to differentiate. It's not on a truck chassis. I think where you'll probably find that everything in that class is now on
Unibody,
a unibody.
Correct.
So, but it's a return to rugged for the looks for sure. It's offering seating for up to 8 now, and you can even get center console with captain's chairs in the second row.
Oh, wow.
It even
Or-
has a heads-up
and you can
display.
even remove the center console, which a lot of people want, like an aisleway in the second row to get to the third row, so that's possible too.
But the Frontier is fantastic. Best in class, 310 horsepower, new drivetrain, and a lot of new tech and safety features to go along with that.
Very cool. Yeah. We'll
I'm
go check it
excited.
out.
Yeah. you should be excited. Come on, hang out with us.
Are you right
Do it.
inside the front door out there with the great big display?
We're not outside the. We're just down the aisle.
Yonder?
Yeah,
Yonder
Closer to
down
the
the
boat.
aisle.
we're
We
closer
can-
to the boats. Yeah.
Yes.
We
Yes,
can
you get 2 for 1. You
Well-
come to the auto show, you get to see the boat show too.
Did anybody
you Titan with a boat.
Think of maybe putting a boat on the back of a Frontier to show the combo and all that?
I mean,
Yeah,
it does
that
tow
would've been-
6,710
That's what I'm
pounds.
thinking.
That
Yeah.
would have been rad.
Yeah.
You know?
Next year.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me go borrow one.
And write that down. Give In-Wheel Time the credit for that
Okay.
great
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Do that.
That's why Jeff doesn't have any hair on the top
Yeah.
of his head. 'cause
Always
you
thinking.
Used it all off.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yep. Grass does not grow on busy streets.
Noted.
I have
Duly
never
noted.
heard that in my life,
Well,
but
now
I
you
will
have.
never
I will never
it.
forget it.
You can use it.
Oh, well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and
Cookies.
work it into my next show.
Cookies.
Who's got?
It's got cookies.
What a cutie patootie. Oh, my goodness. You're on television. She didn't know that. Does she get paid an extra
No.
rate for that?
No
Yeah,
residual.
yeah.
Okay,
No
no,
residual.
nothing.
They just
no
get
residual. Scale's fine. Yeah. All right.
And exposure.
And exposure. Yeah. I mean, that's really what it's all about. She's on TikTok. It's going to be great.
TikTok.
Oh, boy.
You know, I've watched some very interesting videos on TikTok.
Oh, I bet you have.
Don't get
And
them
people,
started.
and
yeah.
people saying some very interesting things on TikTok as well.
Well, I mean, it's not just TikTok. People say very interesting things.
Okay, so
in
where are you off
2020,
to after
so-
this show? What, are you going to Miami,
transition.
Chicago, or anything? Or
Chicago's next on your
a
list.
couple weeks?
I'll be in
You're
Chicago. I'll be
I
in
think-
Chicago,
I think I
yeah.
have Pittsburgh next.
So
Maybe
you
something
drew the
before.
short straw or something in winter?
You get to go to Pittsburgh
Yeah.
in the middle of the January or the end of
Oh,
January.
it's a nice show. It's a nice show. We have a good time.
Yeah.
Still Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's still Pittsburgh.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Iron City beer.
Yeah. We go, I mean, our team's nationwide. We go wherever the need is, you know, basically. And there's so many shows running simultaneously.
And
Cool.
are there just 2 Z's out there that are traveling the shows, or are there more than that?
Yeah, we have the 2 that are traveling, but it's not just auto shows. I mean, they're doing any random press events
Right.
and media and any special things like that. So it's not just the auto shows. And honestly, you guys are so lucky to have one. We've been to plenty of
That's
shows
what I
that
thought.
didn't get
Yeah.
a Z, and that's a lot of heartbreak and a lot of sad, long faces.
So will these eventually be sold?
They're
no,
pre-production units.
They're
so-
pre-production units. They're
Well,
not
that's
street
what
ready.
They will
Sometimes they
either
do.
go. They'll either go into a museum or they'll
crushed.
scrap.
It could be Nissan's museum too.
Yeah.
If you
Right.
guys, like Nissan's museum in Tennessee is pretty awesome. If you haven't
Pretty
had a chance to check it out,
Is it in the same building where Steve Parrott is?
is Steve out of in Nashville office?
Yes, Steve is
Yeah,
in
Steve's
Nashville.
in Nashville
yeah,
office.
then there's a strong chance that I think it's
He's
nearby,
nearby.
actually. It's nearby.
Yeah.
It's not in the same building because that's nice and new, and I've been recently like redone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's around the way. It is not in the same building, but around the
And
way.
if you do go visit, you have to stop and do a full-on tour of the manufacturing plant.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing. I mean, you get in a little train, and it just like snakes you through the whole plant. You're seeing the cars being built, and it's such an incredible experience. If you've never seen it, if you've never seen ours, the whole intelligence system with the robots, it's out of this world.
At that plant, what is being built at that plant?
Altimas?
Smyrna is mostly sedans.
You got the Leaf over there.
The Leaf.
Yep.
Some of the crossovers.
Most of the trucks are in Canton, Mississippi.
Canton, Mississippi.
So that's going to be your Frontier, your Titan.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want, well, you can also do the same thing in Canton, Mississippi, and
Well,
you
I'll tell
can swing through there and
assembly
take a tour.
plant tours are well worth
They're
the
so
time.
cool.
Totally
You know,
worth the time.
to see. And, if you guys are kind of giving a train ride through all of it, that's a little bit different than some of the others are doing.
I'm the conductor. I'm actually your tour leader.
I'm out. I'm out.
No?
No, they have full-time tour. They have tour guides that literally they'll take your cell phones and put them in a secret lockbox and like leave it in a secret room.
Yeah, so you don't take pictures.
So you don't
audio,
take pictures, but it's
'Cause
just
you
so
never
neat.
know what you're going to drive by.
You never know exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
Very cool.
And then there's Don Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hide women, children, and cell phones.
Ladies and
And new
gentlemen,
cars.
Don Armstrong.
Yes, that's it. Well, thank you all both very much for stopping
Thank you
by.
for
It was a
having
real
us.
Great
pleasure.
information.
We're gonna come see you.
Great information.
Chad
Absolutely.
Fishburne and Karina Valdez, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
guys for your
you.
Great to
time.
see you
Appreciate
guys.
it.
You
Have a
bet.
great show.
Thank you.
Thank you. You
Okay,
too.
time now for Conrad's events calendar.
Oh, boy.
And I think that there are some things coming up. I know that Craig has started a new thing with Chrome and Coffee on the first Sunday of every month at the Avalon Diner.
Which is basically Highway 90 and 59
Yeah,
slash 69.
it's over there by the fountains.
Right.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And then Kima Car Meet, the first annual Houston Cruise Show, going to meet up at Guadalupe Park and cruise down into Herman Park. Freddie's League City Car Show at the Freddie's Steak Burger at 2795 Gulf Freeway. Saturday, February 5th, come show off your car at the Cold Spring Courthouse. Enjoy donuts and talk to other car
And
enthusiasts.
get arrested right afterwards because you're right there at the courthouse.
That's right. Sunday, February 6th,
Special.
Woodlands Coffee and Cars for a Cause, and I know Randy Weldon will be a huge part of that. Also Sunday, February 6th is Classic Cars, Coffee and Donuts at the Whitehall Cafe, which is up near College Station.
Okay.
Well, if you were done, I was going to ask about something you said in the beginning with the Avalon Diner. When's that coming up?
The first Sunday of the month.
Okay.
Of every month.
Every month.
So that'll be the
Next-
6th. The next show will be the 6th of
Which
February.
is next weekend or the weekend after?
The weekend, next weekend.
Next weekend.
Next weekend, okay.
Yep.
Well, I will be there. I'm going to go.
You going to go?
I think so. It's not
Awesome.
far. It's like right around the corner from where I live.
Pretty
so,
much.
Yeah. Just check it out. See the old guys.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us at any time, now that we got the email fixed, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. You know all that hate mail you've been sending for the past 3 months and we didn't get it? Well,
send it again.
Somehow, some way, we got the email fixed, and now you can send all the email, except the hate mail goes to Mars@inwheeltime.com.
Yeah, but you're the one that's writing it.
Yeah, that's the problem. It all comes from the same address.
I can't help it.
Can't help it.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. This is the coolest show. A lot of folks that have been walking by here.
Yeah, it is. You know, this is a great time to come during the week. We're
Yes.
at the Houston Auto and Boat Show, if you haven't heard, and we're doing this special broadcast on this Thursday, which normally we're on the air on Saturdays from 8 to noon, 8 to 11. So this Saturday we are going to be on from 8 to noon. Did I tell you that? Did you know that?
We just now.
Just now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that.
Yeah.
Mars called me and said, we are on 8 to noon. Well, I said, we told them we would be.
And I
Did
saw
you want to change that or
I
something?
saw something today. It was 1 to 3, and I think it was fixed and went noon to 3. So I don't know what I was looking at. It's just 1 to 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
was
never
Mars.
know what you're looking at.
or smoking.
I
So
know.
we don't know that
Yeah.
either.
Because the good thing is 3, because I've got a parole board meeting.
We're going to rename the show called The Interruption,
Yeah, we talked to Lewis Black a couple of weeks ago with
not the comedian.
the Almonte manufacturing about tungsten and stuff, where they actually begin the whole process of building the chips because of the tungsten that goes into it.
That was the
And,
mines. Yeah.
the mines. You know, all that stuff.
In
I didn't
Portugal.
realize that how many
Yep.
different places it had to be mined. Didn't know tungsten was in there to begin with. But now that you know, and how little of it comes out of the ore they mine, it was pretty impressive to know how easy it would be to back all this stuff up because of supplies, all the way down.
So did you see Toyota showed the 2023 Sequoia?
I read it. I didn't see it.
They showed it off actually at Barrett Jackson.
Really?
Display. And it is
kind of a bizarre place to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought so too. But it is an evolution of the new Tundra.
But why would they do that? I don't understand.
Because
somebody paid them a lot of money.
Marketing exposure,
paid
probably.
Barrett Jackson a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right.
Wow. And that's on this week. It's on right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Live out of
Scottsdale, Arizona.
All right. All right. It's time to take a break. You ready? I know I am.
We are. Yep.
In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after a quick break from the NRG Center and the Houston Auto Show and Boat Show for 2022.
You bet.
You're invited to the event of the year. The Houston Auto Show and Houston Boat Show are getting hitched. January 26th through the 30th at NRG Center. The Auto Show and Boat Show unite for the first time ever. Take a test drive, forge your dream boat, check out the latest and greatest models. One ticket gets you into 2 great events. The Houston Auto and Boat Show, January 26th through 30th at NRG Center. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Houston, we have a date. Saturday, March 19th, 2022. It's the premiere of the all-new Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you are invited. Tailpipes and Tacos kicks off a new seasonal format, and first up is the Spring Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m., Saturday, March 19th. Tailpipes and Tacos will award trophies for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic, so make plans now. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in, and this one brings it all together for Spring 2022. You'll enjoy seeing the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, along with Lupi Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no fee, and you can automatically compete for custom Lupi trophies. It all happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for the all-new Spring Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 19th. Spectators are welcome. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Let's celebrate the arrival of spring and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos March 19th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? You found it. You're listening or watching In Wheel Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Wheel Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@inwheeltime.com.
It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, another guest from today's Houston Auto and Boat Show. We are broadcasting live right now. Plus, we'll also have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin and David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong.
He's got his own fan base.
He clearly does.
Children, please.
I know. You know, what is it? Children behave.
When is that going to happen?
Okay.
You lost your place again?
What hour are we in?
I actually did. So Lyndon and Brian are with us now.
No, Lyndon Brian, not Lyndon and
Oh,
Brian.
I'm sorry, Lyndon Brian.
Two first names.
Split personality.
Well, I didn't look down there, and I see that it's only one person. And you let me write down Lyndon and Brian. So it's your fault, really. But guess what?
And his band of renown.
Well, let's talk to him anyway.
I got a wife, so I'm used to it.
It is, yeah, I was just going to say. Yeah, you got 2 wives. I'm the other one.
Yeah, but you've had 3.
What?
What?
Huh? You've had 3.
Oh.
You know, what a Debbie Downer you are. I just want to say that, but thank you for sharing.
None of them were named Debbie, were they?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
That's it. Who was that actor that had like 15 wives? Whatever. Anyway, Lyndon Brian. So you have 2 names.
I do.
Okay, well,
Which
it's
one
good
do
to
you
see
prefer?
Lyndon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob.
And Lyndon is with the Ram Truck Territory. It used to be called something else, and I don't recall what it used to be. The Ram Truck Experience or the Ram Truck something, I don't know.
Yeah, it's been Ram Truck Territory for a bit now. But
Has
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Well,
he's
you
an
know,
old guy, so he goes way
back. Yeah, to the beginning when it used to be Dodge trucks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you remember that? No.
I do.
Do you? Okay. Well, you could say you could make fun of me and say, "Man, you are really old."
When the Eagle brand
He's
was
polite.
part of it.
He's only thinking it.
He's thinking it. Yeah. But Lyndon, so great event that you've got going over there. It's a ride. It's not a drive. You are driven.
Yes, sir.
In the display, but it's an indoors event, and called Ram Truck Territory.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Okay. And so, how does it work? Is it run similar to the Jeep experience over here?
It does. You have to be 44 inches to ride. You just enter in. You actually, when you take a ride, you get entered in to win $100,000 towards any new Ram, just by taking a ride.
Wow.
So, $100,000 for any new Ram. Wow. Yep. I'll tell you what. I'll take that $100,000 Ram any day.
A lot of people here would. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know for a fact, but my guess is that they probably make a few of those.
They do.
I bet I could figure out a way to spend $100,000 on one.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Absolutely easily. As a matter of fact, I am currently driving a Ram.
You are.
Rebel.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a couple of those on the course today.
I did see that, and I was actually walking through the display over here across the way from you, and I did see the Ram Rebel that is just exactly like the one that I'm driving, but I also saw the Ram TRX that's also painted that red, and boy, does it sure look good. Woo, man.
It pops out. It does.
Yeah, with those big fenders on the thing and, and the big bulging hood, and I mean that truck is bad to the bone. Fortunately, I had a chance to drive one, and it's an awesome beast.
It's a handful.
It is. Yeah, that 6.2 liter supercharged. It's quick.
Now, do you have one of those over there in the?
We have it on the static display. We don't have it on the course. We definitely have a truck for everybody on the course. We have the Ram Rebel. We have the Ram Power Wagon. We have a 3500, some 2500s. So we really have a truck for everybody over there.
You have a dually over there?
We do. It's a limited Longhorn Ram 3500 dually.
A dually.
On the course.
On the course.
You can actually drive the dually on the course.
Yeah, it's remarkable what it can do.
It kind of fills up that roadway, doesn't it?
It does. It's a little bit wider than the other trucks, so a little finesse, but.
When somebody said, asked me, well, have you ever driven a dually? I said, yes. He says, do you promise not to knock the rear fenders off of it? I said, I promise not to, because apparently that is a problem with some people.
Aren't
that they
used
don't.
to how wide it is.
They should sell an extra set of fenders when you buy it.
Yeah, probably so. So how's it going over there?
It's going great. We have a lot of happy consumers. We're having a great time here. Always happy to be at the Houston Auto Show. But the track's awesome. It's a hybrid track. So we have real dirt, real logs. We do have some metal obstacles as well. But we have 5 disciplines over there. We got ground clearance, stability, towing, technology, traction. So just showcasing the capabilities and functionality of our trucks.
So the towing, I mean, obviously you don't have a big trailer on the back of it with a bunch of weight, but you've got some weights.
Is that the pulley system?
The pulley system.
It is. It's a 15,000-pound weighted pulley system. So we're showcasing, not just the technology of, backing the truck up, the 360 cameras and all that, but we're showcasing how smooth that transition of power is when you're pulling that kind of weight.
Okay. So basically it simulates the 15,000 pounds as well as, like you say, the backing up and technology and stuff, which to me is a big thing.
Definitely.
And to somebody like my wife, it's an even bigger thing because, it's and we got teenage kids growing up, grandkids actually, and it really helps them learn a little bit more about wondering what's behind them.
Yes, definitely. And some actually our new 2022 lineup, we have our 360 cameras on our trucks now, so 5 cameras on board give you a 360 view, and now you can actually get a 360 camera on your trailer as well. So you have bird's eye view on the truck and trailer, along with all the sensors and everything like that. So even more safety features and just to help you on the road and keep everybody safe.
Takes a lot of fun out of the boat ramp, though, watching people. But, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, but we're very excited to have, guests come ride with us. We actually just –
Wait a minute. Last time you had a Ram truck, it had the dial knob on the dashboard, and this particular Rebel's got the shifter in the center console. I said, I don't know why. I prefer the knob. As odd, as crazy as that may sound, but it takes up less room.
Definitely.
And you can put other stuff where the shifter is in the center console, and they're not connected anymore anyway. It's all electronic, so what difference does it make? Matter of fact, when they came out, if you remember, Mars, when you and I went on that trip up to Michigan, and they introduced the knob on the dashboard, and somebody asked, I think the somebody was me, have you thought about going back to the push buttons? And they actually said, yes, we actually considered going back to the push buttons, because when you were just a gleam in Daddy's eye, they had push buttons, and I think that Dodge was the first one that had the push buttons on the console, on the dashboard. Yeah. And we thought, well, that would be really cool. But through their research, they found out that it was easier to have the knob, so that's what they went with. And I'll be honest with you, I love the knob.
Who was headed on the push button on the steering wheel, Conrad? Was that Plymouth?
DeSoto.
DeSoto, okay. That was Plymouth.
They had push buttons on the steering wheel?
Steering wheel, yeah.
I guess I missed that.
So, instead of off, generally they were off on the left side of the steering wheel.
Yep.
They actually put them in the center hub.
Yep.
Were they mechanical?
Yeah.
They were mechanical. So what, rods through the steering column?
Yep.
Oh, my God. What a nightmare that would be.
I imagine it was.
Try to imagine adjusting that.
And where is DeSoto today?
Yeah, we're gone.
Yeah. Well, I got a 2015 with a knob on it, and it's really, at first, like when we first saw it, it was kind of like, I like a shifter.
It's a little different, and I have a 17 Ram, and it took me, I think, 2 days before it's just easy. It opens all the area.
Yeah, you don't even have to look down there now. You just grab the knob, and you know that when you go to the right, two locks.
It's like radio dial or something.
So much easier. Yeah. So do you have people that actually bring that up and talk to you about that when you take these drives?
Oh, yeah. People bring up, I feel like, everything, once they see it. But people ask, why, and they ask, day to day, how do you like it? Because I always mention, I have it, and it's just something. It's change, of course, but I think once people experience it, they realize how the functionality of it is just better, in that aspect.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. You got to adjust to it a little bit better. You go, oh yeah, this is good. I like this better.
Yeah.
It's just the idea of change sometimes.
Correct.
Yep.
Cool.
You okay over there?
Yep.
You look like you're having a little sinking spell.
I'm tired. I didn't sleep well last night.
So how many people do you think you're going to run through there this weekend?
This whole weekend, total number of people?
Yeah, what'd you guess?
But there's two different ones. There's two different sides. There's this side and that side.
Yeah, it all depends on the crowd and how busy it is.
Yeah.
We run a lot of people through our tracks. Yeah.
Well, it seems like they're always going. I mean, they don't stop. That's for sure.
No, sir, we don't stop.
Now, do you guys when you do this Ram truck experience thing, do you guys always marry up with Jeep, or do you do these events on your own?
Sometimes. So usually we're beside for the larger auto shows. We're usually beside each other. But sometimes, we'll have one track and just have one of our. Yeah, NFR, the National Finals Rodeo, huge Ram event. So we'll have just Ram there for that. Some situations like that.
Okay.
But usually we're right beside each other, and we can talk about the whole family. So.
Right, and it looks good sitting side by side because it kind of matches. Both of them got hills, and I can see the efficiency of putting them together. Definitely. When you can.
And is your track layout the same everywhere, or do you adjust the track layout?
We adjust it. The disciplines that I mentioned, like the ground clearance and things like that, we'll always make adjustments and kind of change it up. So if people come back, they experience something different. So every year we're getting the same riders sometimes where, they come every year just because they love riding with us and seeing what we do on our track to change up those disciplines.
When people ask you questions, do they ask you about the different engine options in the vehicles? Do you have a diesel over there?
Oh, yeah. We have multiple diesels. We have the 3.0 V6 turbo diesels, which is in the 1500 as an option. And then we have the 6.7 inline 6 turbo diesel Cummins. And the 2500, 3500s, high output versions. So we have a lot of different engine options.
On the track?
Yep.
6.7 6.7 straight line 6.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Lots of torque.
The high output, 420 horsepower and then 1,075 pound-feet of torque on that one. Best in class on that torque.
Pull a house down.
Yeah. And best in class towing. We got the 37,100 on the 3,500. So Very impressive. It's awesome to talk to people about that.
Is the Cummins diesel available in the 2500?
Yes, it is. Not the high output, but you can get the same engine, just not the. That one's 370 horse, 850 torque. Still a lot of power. Those Cummins are tried and true.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And so, do you get many questions about whether I should go with a single axle or do I do a dually in the back?
We get questions like that, and kind of bouncing back on what I mentioned about the drivers and their experience of catering the conversation. So I'm always asking, what are you pulling? How much weight are you pulling?
Yep.
Where are you going? Are you in Texas?
What's your trailer? What kind of trailer?
Exactly. So we always cater that conversation to try to find out how we can help them make the best decision here on the track, so they get a lot of information here.
Yeah.
Well, years ago when I first started doing these car reviews and stuff, I learned early on that when it comes to, especially when you get into the heavy-duty trucks, a lot really rides on what you want to do with the truck, because you can order different axles, you can dualies, single rear wheel, and in some cases there's not a lot of difference or not a lot of an advantage of going with a dually over a single rear wheel, because those single rear wheels, if you get the right size wheels and all in the back, they could pull almost as much as a dually. That cab configuration, there are so many different options and configurations that it's almost impossible. If you really want to buy something that's right for what you are doing, your job, whether it's hauling or towing or both, you really need to sit down with a specialist and go over exactly what it is. Where do you want are you going to do a lot of towing on the highway? That's going to make a difference in going up and down mountains. And so when you get specific about that sort of stuff, I mean, you want to order the right thing for what you're going to do, as opposed to pulling one off the lot that may or may not be really a perfect fit for you. Because you're going to spend a lot of money when you get in, especially in the heavy duties.
Definitely, and I agree. And we have product specialists too on site. So in addition to the track, or where we discuss a lot of the things about the trucks and the options and configurations, we have product specialists ready to talk to people about that.
Do you? And I'm thinking about a situation where we used to have a slide-in camper that we would slide in, and we would tow a boat. And so my dad had a 5/8 ton back when they made such a thing, and it worked. It got us to the lake. But then we put it all together on a dually, and it made so much difference. So when you're talking about towing, do you include maybe what's in the vehicle itself, the payload?
Yes, because you have the gross weight of the vehicle too, so that's something to consider. If not just what you're pulling or what you're hauling, but how many people are in the vehicle, things like that.
Right,
and that's what our product specialists help with, is because we know all those numbers, so we can break it down to people.
Okay.
And if they're not educated on those.
Or there's some things you may not think about. You got ice chests, you got coolers, you got bicycles and dirt bikes and suitcases and groceries. So that's good. That's good.
So you're interested in buying one then, Michael?
I would love to buy a new one.
He's interested, but is he going to? No.
No, I got my 15 paid for.
Depends on how much they offer him.
Have you taken a ride yet? That's the question.
If you
threw in a ride every year.
Throw in an extra set of fenders and he's in.
Now, the product specialist that you talk about, is there one here today?
They're all over our floor right here. So they're scattered about, just helping people answer those questions that
Do they have the book? Because you got to have the book. You talked about axles. Let me see. What did you want, a 323 in that with the 10-speed? Or
yeah. Now they have tablets, so even better.
Oh, yeah.
All the information available.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
That way it won't make any mistakes.
And what do you do?
He looks good.
Stand there and look pretty.
and making sure that he says the right things.
Yeah.
Isn't that it?
Doesn't talk about a Ford or a GM or anything. It's just
You don't have two first names, do you? No, okay, just checking. So one of your compatriots I see is there looking over your shoulder.
Cool.
Very.
How did that work out for you, Mars? What was the problem?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. You just sent a note off to somebody and they fixed it?
That's right. Tier 2 support.
Very good.
Somebody like a David.
We'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Well, it's interesting story here. U.S. private sector employees needed more time to save enough money to buy used and new cars last year, as vehicle prices ballooned faster than wages grew, according to a study by consulting firm Anderson Economic Group. The Consumer Price Index, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics measurement of the average change over time in prices paid by consumers for an assortment of goods and services, soared 37%
Yikes.
for used vehicles in December 2021 compared with December 2020. New vehicle prices shot up 12% over the same period of time. Those price surges have been exacerbated by a combination of high consumer demand for vehicles and parts shortages that have constrained new car production and put pressure on dealership inventory levels, and average weekly earnings for all private sector jobs in the U.S. in 2021 grew at a pace that could not keep up with surges, from 1,035 in December 2020 to 1,085 in December 2021, an increase of about 4.9%, according to the analysis. The average price of a used vehicle was $27,000. This is a used vehicle now.
Wow, yeah.
$27,569. That was in November 2021, up from $21,708 in 2020. New vehicle prices jumped to an average of $47,077 in December 2021, up from $41,000 in December 2020. That's $6,000 more.
Yeah.
That
In a
means
year.
employees would have needed to save an additional 3 weeks' worth of wages to be able to afford a new vehicle. That's a lot of money.
It's a $20 payment for every $1,000 that you loan out.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that.
Well, you know, you were talking about the part shortage. You mentioned that as well. The ABS module that I ordered in September for my truck from the dealership.
It still hasn't come in.
It was due in January, is now due in March.
Of this year.
This year.
It's on a slow boat from China.
Or
Literally.
Yeah.
At least a cargo container that's sitting offshore of L.A.
Well, the story is that they changed
it's been
suppliers
robbed from the
and they've
train
changed
station.
suppliers again.
Shanghai.
That's the story.
Was it from Shanghai?
I don't know. I made that up.
The
We
slow
like
boat
it.
from China?
No, the Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Isn't Shanghai in China?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is
I
it-
guess.
They haven't moved it, have they? Don't you recall
might have.
Don't you recall the saying, I got Shanghaied?
Yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah, slow boat, China, Shanghai.
You know, General Motors has announced plans to launch an online parts marketplace for its AC Delco brand, allowing customers to order directly from General Motors for repair and maintenance parts for Buick, Cadillac, Chevy, and GMC trucks.
So you can order your AC Delco spark plugs.
And then you're to blame for getting the wrong one,
Yeah.
as opposed to the guy handing you the wrong one. I think that's I don't know. You know, if you
Well, you are a bit jaded about General Motors.
Well, not necessarily. I'm a little concerned about, you know, these dealerships have invested in parts departments, and now GM's
Taj Mahal
going to
parts
circumvent.
departments.
Some of them
Yeah.
are, and now GM's going to circumvent them and sell direct.
I'm sure you see this where they've got the rack behind the counter where it looks like a vending machine almost.
Yep.
Where it goes up in the ceiling 3 stories and they're putting parts on it like it's a
Well, it's an
conveyor
easy
line.
way to track
Yeah.
small parts because they can just dial a number in,
And it's yeah.
and the rack comes down and it tells them what tray it's in. It's really convenient.
Get your candy bar that you put the machine in, do all
But
that.
you know, you're talking about spending $1 million for one of those big rack systems, and now GM's going to sell direct to consumers.
The first one I saw like that was at Monument Chevrolet out in off of 225. That's the first one I ever saw. That was back in the day. It was state of the art.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
There's plenty of them that have done that.
Yeah.
You just have to have the facility to do it.
Exactly.
You know, you got to have a 3-story or so facility to put something like that in.
Not necessarily
are not
spread
cheap.
out, just up. Yeah.
Well, it's a smaller footprint. Is what it is.
Exactly.
Trying to get the most out of it. Somebody
Well,
fired something up over there.
Is that a tear I see in your eye? In a move that could surprise or should surprise no one in the dawning age of electric power, BMW is jettisoning its Extravagant V12 engine.
No.
German automaker introduced that road-going V12 in 1987. The naturally aspirated 5-liter M70 engine featured single overhead camshafts, 2 valves per cylinder, and drive-by-wire electronic throttle. But demand for gas guzzlers has fizzled as consumers seek more cost and efficient power plants. EV market share in the U.S. is expected to climb about 2.5% today and to 26% by 2030. But even as BMW drops the curtain on the V12, the automaker will offer the final V12, a limited series of 12 vehicles for customers in the U.S. The vehicles, based on the BMW M760i xDrive, are powered by a twin-turbo 6.6-liter V12 that delivers 601 horsepower and a 0 to 60 time of 3.6 seconds while it swallows gas.
Yeah, you can't pour it on the ground fast enough.
What have I always said? Tub it out and throw a V12 in it.
That's what they used to say.
Well, you know, one of the concerns about that is BMW is the engine supplier to Bentley.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, and Bentley has been using BMW V12, so I'm wondering where they're going to go for engines.
Electric, with a great big electric motor to haul that 7,000-pound vehicle down the road.
Well, put a power bulge in the hood, it looked like a big blower sticking up out of there.
And then, you know, Rolls-Royce's Volkswagen is their engine supplier.
Quick break now. We'll be right back. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
You're invited to the event of the year. The Houston Auto Show and Houston Boat Show are getting hitched. January 26th through the 30th at NRG Center. The Auto Show and Boat Show unite for the first time ever. Take a test drive, forge your dream boat, check out the latest and greatest models. One ticket gets you into 2 great events. The Houston Auto and Boat Show, January 26th through 30th at NRG Center. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Houston, we have a date. Saturday, March 19th, 2022. It's the premiere of the all-new Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you are invited. Tailpipes and Tacos kicks off a new seasonal format, and first up is the Spring Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. Saturday, March 19th. Tailpipes and Tacos will award trophies for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic, so make plans now. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in, and this one brings it all together for Spring 2022. You'll enjoy seeing the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, along with Lupi Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no fee, and you can automatically compete for custom Lupi trophies. It all happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for the all-new Spring Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 19th. Spectators are welcome. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Let's celebrate the arrival of spring and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos March 19th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Wheel Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Wheel Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@inwheeltime.com.
It's In Wheel Time, your home for entertaining car talk. Today, coming to you live from the 2022 Houston Auto and Boat Show at NRG Center in Houston, Texas, USA, baby. Just ahead, more guests from the attendees here at this year's show. Conrad has the cruise-in calendar and This Week in Auto History. Plus, we'll also have the stories making car news this week. Just ahead on today's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more, Jeff Zekin.
We do.
And Chief Engineer and Bottle Washer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. I heard an interesting story about you, and that is that apparently Mars's wife, Becky, she now refers to you as David Ainsley. So apparently you've become known as David Ainsley. I just thought that I'd bring that up to you. We have a history with that, don't we?
You two do.
Yes, we do.
The rest of us are on the tail end of that.
So to speak.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
I don't
involved.
think we want to be on the tail end of that.
Well,
No, not on that one. Not that story. But It's good to have you with us. It's been a while since we've been on remote broadcast with you.
On the road again.
We've got several coming up, as a matter of fact.
He does all the classic cars that are sitting out at the entryway and picks out some vehicles that are.
I'd like to have his connections.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or his
Well,
cars.
we do actually have, because we're connected with him.
Yeah.
So he knows lots of people. And he puts together a display of vintage cars, antique cars, collectibles, resto mods, everything that you could imagine. The ultimate cruise-in car show kind of guy.
Yes.
So he always brings great cars, always different every year, and puts them in the lobby. So if you want to walk in to NRG, you don't even have to buy a ticket to get into this show. You can see that show that's out there in the lobby.
Oh yeah, and that's a pretty awesome show by itself.
It is. That Bugatti clone that's out there.
Yeah,
gorgeous. That thing is absolutely
Art Deco.
Yeah,
That's the word. I was trying to think of that. You're right. Yeah, Art Deco.
yeah. That was a
Art
hand-built
Deco. He was an announcement on Jeopardy.
Art
Deco.
Fleming.
Art Fleming.
Is that like steampunk?
Close.
Never understood where did that name come
I
from?
don't know.
Steampunk.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But at any rate, come on out to the NRG Center, and this year's Houston Auto and Boat Show.
Right. Plenty
And
of
it's
parking.
kind of like divided in half. Half of it is the car show, and the other half down at the left-hand side of the building, that would be the boat show. And they got lots of boats. Tell you what, man, that whole boat thing has really come a long way, baby, since the 1980s.
And
have you seen the finishes on some of those boats?
I know.
You know, it used to be crap.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Orange Peel Central. It
I
ain't
thought it
that
was-
way anymore.
I thought it was Chris Craft. Crap. The Chris Craft boats. They're all wooden boats, aren't they?
The technology in cars has definitely made its way into boats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, you're talking about some of those outboard motors are putting out 200 horsepower out of 1.5 liters. You know, they're pretty powerful, high-tech fuel injection systems.
Aren't they going through the same thing the automobiles are with the chips? Because I was talking about you this morning.
Yeah, they have a chip issue, but I'll tell you, they also have now they have to meet certain emission standards as well. So not only can you build a hot rod boat, it's got to be emission certified and clean.
You know, one thing I've noticed that you don't see too many two-cycle motors anymore.
Because they are not clean.
No, they're not.
No, I don't think you'll see any two-cycle boat motors anymore because you have to burn oil with the gasoline. That's how you lubricate the engine.
Right.
From George, for your benefit.
George Skelton?
George Skelton. Steampunk is a subgenre of science fiction that incorporates, retro-futuristic technology and aesthetics inspired by 19th century industrial steam-powered machinery. Steampunk works often set in an alternative history, which is us, of the Victorian area or the American Wild West, where steam power remains in mainstream use, or in a fantasy world, Don, that similarly employs steam power.
Okay.
Theoretically.
Thank you, George.
Theoretically. Yes.
Thanks, George. Yep.
Thank you.
He actually typed all that out.
Wow.
No,
he copy and pasted it from
it.
somewhere.
Well, whatever.
Wikipedia.
Knowing
See, you know,
George, he typed it.
One of the things that we like about doing these afternoon shows during the week is the fact that we grab audience that we normally wouldn't, because normally people wouldn't be watching or listening to the show on a Thursday afternoon live from noon to 3. Instead, we are on the air on Saturday mornings.
And we pop into their Facebook feed and they watch.
Right. And so it's a different audience today.
And they're all probably going, what the heck happened? I just got this thing. What's going on?
Who are they?
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
what?
I saw these guys are on my Saturday feed.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the Saturday morning cartoons on Thursday afternoon.
I'm Speed Racer.
You can be Speed Racer. I'm going to be Barney and Fred.
Yes, you are.
I thought you'd be
Fred,
Trixie.
while you're at it, and you're talking, we were talking earlier about range anxiety. There's been a couple of studies done that the average or the median electric vehicle will go about 234 miles on a charge. The median gasoline-powered vehicle will go about 403 miles on a charge.
Yes.
It takes 10 minutes to fill up your gasoline-powered car. Probably takes about 8 hours to fully charge your electric vehicle.
Back to what you used, yeah.
That's correct.
So
thank you for confirming what I've been saying all this time.
You just added to his range anxiety.
Yep.
No, not at all.
Just confirmed the use
You
of
just
it.
gave me a lot of fodder for our Saturday morning guest by the name
Thank you.
of Buzz Smith.
Hello,
Yeah.
motor.
We're
Hello,
gonna talk
fodder.
about-
Here I am.
Him,
in
Camp Granada.
Yep.
Yep.
Who sang that?
I don't know.
Oh, I
Do
know.
you
I can see him. I can't remember his name.
You know who know?
You just had dinner with him.
Yeah. The guy who will know will be
George.
Will be George. Yeah. Hello, Mutta. Hello, Fada. He was a comedian, and his name slips my mind. But if you want, I'll look that up. But anyway, it's an interesting thing to be on at a different time and during the week.
And we get different guests, different visitors watching.
Yeah, and people that drop by here, they're going, "Who are these
That
yahoos?"
That happens in
Well,
prison, too. You get
yeah.
different visitors every other Sunday. Just saying.
Thank you for sharing that, Jeff.
Okay.
Okay,
Conjugal
so
visits.
Flashbacks.
So Chevrolet has announced a 70th anniversary Corvette.
Alan Sherman.
Alan Sherman.
Yeah.
He's going to get that 70th anniversary Corvette?
No.
No.
Hello, motor. Hello, fodder.
Hello, Mutta. Hello, Fada. Welcome to Camp Granada.
So in 2023, they're going to come out with their 70th anniversary Corvette. And the pictures kind of got out on the interweb, and GM Chevrolet kind of freaked out. So to stop the leak, they just dumped all the pictures and the details about it. There's going to be 2 color choices for these specific 70th anniversary packages.
How many are they going to make?
Doesn't say how many they're going to make, but it's going to be a 3LT or a 3LZ package. So it's only going to be the super high level car, and it's going to come in either pearl white, tri-coat metallic, or a carbon flash metallic with exterior upgrades to include badging, red brake calipers, and a carbon flash on the mirrors, spoilers, and wheels. The interior is going to be white with red stitching.
Oh, no.
In both cars?
White.
White
red
with
stitching.
red stitching.
Okay.
No.
And red seat belts and a suede steering wheel.
Okay. Well,
Something-
clearly the design department didn't have much to say about that.
Good thing they're only going to make a few of them.
Well, they'll sell every one of them
Oh,
for
I'm sure they will.
$30,000 over sticker.
Though, how much is it?
Didn't say. Prices have not yet been published. But Z06 is going to be way north of $100,000.
Yeah, 150 at least.
And there'll be people in line to buy it.
Yeah.
Red stitching.
And red seat belts on
Yeah.
a white seat. Again, don't eat the corn dog. The not corn dog, the coney.
Coney dog with chili and onions and all that, yeah.
JCI coney.
Yeah.
That'll permanently stain your seats.
And your inside.
Don will blame the
And your
JCI
insides.
Coney. We know why Don stained his seats.
Is that why you don't wear underwear?
No, he starts the day with it, but he dumps it somewhere in the middle.
God. All right.
You know,
Send it
why
to
does this
info.
show go off the track in the third hour?
Skid marks.
Info at inwheeltime.com.
Uh-huh. We call them burnouts.
Gee whiz.
Oh, my gosh.
Conrad, you're not saying anything.
No, I'm kind of reading George's text.
Yeah,
Yeah,
George,
you need to get this out of your system
George
before
getting a history
Rochelle
of a
gets here.
burnout.
We'll all be
There
in
you go.
trouble.
Yep.
smoky burnout. That's a loud one.
God. Okay.
So,
by the way, they do have NRG Center food here.
Oh, very
And
good.
I know that there is food here that people go, not so much. But I have to tell you, I do like those chili dogs.
Oh, boy.
I just have to say that. Shut up, Mars. I see you down there smirking.
Well,
It's not going to go any further than that. I'm just being honest and true.
So you're going
to
to
the
order
Lord.
us a round of chili dogs, Don?
Round of chili dogs.
I'm not going to order you a round of chili dogs, no. But I plan on having dinner tonight, and I don't want to spoil my appetite because that would do that.
Who are you having dinner with?
Myself.
Okay.
I have a real job to do, that I took off from today, but I am going to work tomorrow.
There you go.
And you're going to be on call Saturday. Probably be flying over the Trump rally. So you want to eat a bunch of chili dogs just before you get in that helicopter for 3 hours.
There you go. Jet fuel.
I don't want to talk too loud, but you really need to see the front of that guy's shirt right there.
Oh.
Oh, wait, it's right there on the...
that year at the Pebble Beach Concourse. It was a mild upgrade to the Tesla S, but Celine says their new potential investor is entering into an explosive growth cycle with the EV market, and they're real excited about producing an EV supercar.
Wow.
So it goes real fast, short distances. But
that's not going to quite cut
Get
it.
there in a hurry. But probably with the name, too. I mean, that's what you're selling.
Well, yeah, for them, that's, you know, those S7s are drawing close to $1 million now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there goes that interview.
I have to tell you that I met him at the Dallas Auto Show many years ago, and a very interesting guy. And the first thing that stuck out in my mind about him, he was always thinking. He wasn't real emotional about anything. He didn't laugh about anything, didn't smile about anything.
Unlike us.
Correct.
Yeah.
But when you talk to him, he was always in thought. Whatever it was, and he answered the question straight away. How long did it take you to develop it? Well, it took me this many years, and, you know, I worked with these many people, and we did this and we did that. He was very precise about what he said and very spot on, but the guy was always in thought. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and we're never in thought.
That's correct.
I have no idea what you're talking
We
about.
just kind of blurt whatever comes into our mind, and that's part of the problem.
When the guy gets out of bed in the morning, the switch turns on, and it doesn't turn off until he goes to bed at night.
Yep.
One of those kind of guys.
And that's why he's been so successful.
Correct.
Yeah.
Why couldn't that be me? Why did I have to wind up like some fruitcake in the nut bin?
Just lucky. We're all lucky like that.
And
of course, I do have friends like you guys.
I was going to say, you're surrounded by us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
There's a bunch more out here in front of us.
Mars?
Sir.
Did you get ridiculed down there or lambasted? I saw that somebody was in deep conversation with you.
Change of time, that's all.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it was the Subaru guy. They have some problems at their displays. The reason he didn't show up on time, so he's rescheduling until Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, that's good because we needed some people on Saturday morning.
Yep.
That's fine.
He's going to come in a little early to make up for not being here today. But
Very good. Well, that was very conscientious, courteous,
it was.
professional.
All of those things.
Yeah, we appreciate it. No problem. We work with him.
You know, we talked about the chip shortage, and it clearly is very apparent here because what you see on the dealer lots with the cars spread out, matter of fact, there's a Chevrolet dealer right down the way, Chuck Davis Chevrolet, right here by the Dome.
Yeah.
Man, what has he got? Maybe a dozen trucks?
We saw that coming in.
And there's like a truck here, and then another 300 feet down the way is another truck, and another 300 feet, and there's plenty of naked concrete between them. It's tough, man.
It's true everywhere, especially if they are not really active in playing in the used car market.
Well,
you know, I've got a couple of dealers out in Orange, Granger Chevrolet and Granger CDJR. Their lots are full, but their lots are full of used cars.
Yeah.
You know, they have very few new cars, but I bet you this guy in Orange, Texas has got 250 used cars on the ground, and their service department was telling me they get roughly 60 a week. So there's a lot of inventory on the used car side of things.
Well, any prediction that the new year was going to herald the end of the global microchip shortage and its persistent interruption of badly needed vehicles was wishful thinking. The insufficient chip supplies will probably keep tripping up the industry for months to come, say auto executives and production forecasters, even as some automakers make deals to pay more for chips to get a higher priority among customers, and even as chip makers promise new capacity plans. The chip shortage prompted Ford Motor Company to reduce scheduled production at its plants in Flat Rock, Michigan and Oakville, Ontario. And last week, Toyota Motor Company said the shortage will force it to slash its worldwide February output by 150,000 vehicles to about 700,000.
Wow.
Toyota Motor North America said it will lose production of 25 to 35,000 much-needed vehicles from its North American plants next month.
That's a lot of money.
And think about how that impacts the dealerships, too.
Think about how it impacts everybody that works to make the cars, that goes out and buys the shoes and goes to the restaurant to eat.
Yep.
It affects everybody. He said it's a complex situation, according to Matteo Fini, IHS Market Vice President for Automotive Supply Chain Technology and Aftermarket. He said the situation has eased somewhat, but it will continue through at least the mid-year. At that time, he says, we expect to see some new chip capacity come online, although it will not be a great deal. And you know, we talked to the Mazda people here last hour.
Yep.
Mazda began production of the 2023 CX-50 compact crossover at its joint venture plant with Toyota in Alabama on Wednesday. I did not realize that it was a joint venture plant.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So they're doing it in conjunction with Toyota. The 2023 CX-50 crossover is a new vehicle designed specifically for the United States. It's bigger than Mazda's best-selling CX-5, but both are classified as compact. Mazda is positioning the CX-50 as a rugged adventure vehicle compared with the more city-friendly CX-5, which was freshened last year and will remain in production. The CX-50 is due to go on sale this spring. And by the way, you know, have you noticed that Ford Bronco, Jeep actually started it, but now the Ford Bronco is coming on in more and more vehicles, and manufacturers are getting that off-road rugged look to them, and you know, putting.
That's because it's what sells.
Yeah, right out of the box.
Well, it's that lifestyle concept of people, you know, whether they're really. It's like my little brother rides a Harley, and he's got, you know, Harley Davidson and all that stuff. He's HD, and anyway, is he a big biker? No, but he likes
the
to
branding.
Look. He likes, yeah,
the branding of it, yeah,
and that just lives vicariously through all that. And it's the same thing, you know. You drive a Jeep like you're a big off-roader, and you just feel. I would love to have one, a Wrangler without the top and the doors and stuff on it. My wife would never get in it, but that's what I'd love to have.
Well, and I like that word rugged. I like that description.
There's a guy out there where I work, and he has, I don't know what year this thing is. I would think that it would be in the 80s, a Jeep Wrangler. White Jeep Wrangler, and I don't think that thing has been washed in a decade or two.
They go faster if they're dirty.
Yeah.
Look cool.
It is beat up, and you know, the tires are worn off of it. I mean, it has been down the road a time or two. But that thing shows up every day for work. He hasn't touched that thing. I'll bet you he hasn't changed the oil.
Stuff will fall off in it.
He probably,
Afraid to wash it because stuff will fall off.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
But there's something to be said for those older models because, you know, you can update it where you don't have to really jack for the points and the condenser and stuff. But, you know, back to keep it a little more simple, you don't have to jack with trying to log in with the computers and all that stuff. You can actually go in and adjust a carburetor and the points, and you can actually make it run in the backyard. Howdy, ma'am.
Somebody's all fresh and perky because she
Yeah,
just got out of bed,
Got to
slept
the
in this
show.
morning,
Yeah.
and has no idea what we've been through here.
Have you heard?
Do I hear whinging?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, here we go.
Tesla will not be launching output of the Cybertruck EV pickup this year, as it focuses on increasing capacity at current plants in California and China and begins production at new factories here in Texas and Germany, according to CEO Elon Musk. Musk said the company is focused on optimizing a limited supply of computer chips that operate basic vehicle functions such as electric seats and window switches, and that introducing new models and new complexity would actually reduce vehicle output. Musk said the company continues engineering and planning work on the Cybertruck, the Tesla Semi cargo truck, the Roadster, and the Tesla robot that's being called Optimus.
Wow.
The Optimus Prime.
That's what
So
I was
he's
thinking.
building his own chips.
Yeah.
Because he can.
I don't think she can hear. So you'll have to go down there and see what she's saying. and try to interpret.
She can't hear is what she's saying.
You know, I had somebody tell me the other day, I cannot believe, I saw that interview you did with Rochelle Salinas the other day. You should be ashamed of yourself. What? What did I do? I should be ashamed of myself. Well, what did I do? Well, the way that you asked her those questions and the comments that you made to her. What?
After our interview the other week?
Yeah.
Well, they don't know we have history.
We do have history. But if I said anything to offend you, that was not meant to offend you.
Not at all.
Well, you know, you got to remember Don's thing is before you can have a guilty conscience, you must have a conscience.
And if anybody's going to offend, it's going to be us two.
Well, I mean,
I don't offend.
I don't
very
remember. I don't remember you saying anything.
Yeah. No, I did. Well,
but then
apparently somebody did.
Yeah, but we're used to hearing what you say.
Well, get them on the air. We'll interview them.
Was their name Karen?
Oh.
January 26th through the 30th at NRG Center. The auto show and boat show unite for the first time ever. Take a test drive, board your dream boat, check out the latest and greatest models. One ticket gets you into 2 great events, the Houston Auto and Boat Show, January 26th through 30th at NRG Center. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Houston, we have a date. Saturday, March 19th, 2022. It's the premiere of the all-new Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you are invited. Tailpipes and Tacos kicks off a new seasonal format, and first up is the Spring Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. Saturday, March 19th. Tailpipes and Tacos will award trophies for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic, so make plans now. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in, and this one brings it all together for Spring 2022. You'll enjoy seeing the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, along with Lupi Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no fee, and you can automatically compete for custom Lupi trophies. It all happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for the all-new Spring Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 19th. Spectators are welcome. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Let's celebrate the arrival of spring and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos March 19th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Real Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Real Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@inwheeltime.com.
It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, the only place for weekly entertaining car talk. Ahead, another guest from this great big old new car, boat, and RV show, Rochelle Salinas. Conrad has the popular This Week in Auto History. We'll get you updated on stories making news this week in the car world. Howdy, along with Mike out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin.
We do.
Our chief engineer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Thursday. We really appreciate you. This is a very special broadcast for us because we normally don't do this during the week. I actually took a day off from work to do this. I want you to know that.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you. And thank you for being you. And just remember, don't go changing to try to please me.
Not for you.
There's a song in that somewhere.
Yeah.
Rochelle Salinas is here with us. She actually puts together the entire thing.
This is all her baby.
This is. And she has her hands full with her own babies at home, but this is the big baby that she does once a year out here at NRG Center. Well, how's it going?
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that it's not only me that puts this on. We've got a good team together, and having blended with the boat show team, it's even stronger. So we've created an incredible event, and it's really exciting to see everybody out here.
And Saturday, we're going to meet your counterpart with the boat show.
Great.
I think.
She's awesome.
Yeah?
Yes.
How has that gone? I mean, you know, this is a first for both of you guys.
Yeah,
putting the boats together with the cars.
You know, there's been a little juggling just on comparing the way we do things, right? Security, credentialing, media credentials versus exhibitor credentials, the hours of the operation. So we had to really just share some ideas and then come to a compromise or agreement. Yes, okay, we used to close at 9:30. Now we're closing the show at 9 p.m. on the dot. They were good with that because that's what time they used to close. They asked us to close earlier on Sunday. We used to close at 7. Now we're closing at 6 p.m. on Sunday.
Oh.
So, small things like that we really had to come to the table and talk about just so that we were all on the same page. But it's been really great, and I think everyone is happy to see the crowd and the marketing campaign that's been really successful as well. People are really commenting on it. And of course, you got the diehard boater people and the diehard auto enthusiasts going, we don't mix and match. But really, you got to have a boat or a truck to haul your boat or SUV to haul your boat. So it does go together really well.
I agree.
And people have been really pleased. I've seen a lot of social media comments of all positive feedback that, this is a great event, that it makes it really full in the building. And especially under these circumstances that we're in the middle of a pandemic and inventory shortage. So we're making the most of it, and I'm happy about it.
Well, and speaking of that, and I know that this question has come up many times, so there are manufacturers that are not on display here today.
Yes, there are. BMW, Audi, Mercedes. They are not here. Jaguar, Land Rover, not here. And all of them, it is because of either their COVID policies or that and majority is that they just don't have inventory to put on display, because any bit of inventory they have, they're selling it right now. So they can't, justify putting it on a show for 10 days and not being able to sell that product.
When we
so,
talked to,
understanding.
We talked to, I walked around after I saw you yesterday morning. I walked around and I thought, wait a minute, Mazda's not here, but Jeff Haas Mazda a display down here, and I thought that's because Mazda doesn't have a display here, but Jeff thought it was worthy enough to show Mazdas.
Yep. Exactly.
And so we interviewed her, the salesperson down there this morning, and that was the question. So how does that work when you don't have a manufacturer that's willing to play for whatever reason? They don't have cars or their COVID policy or whatever it is. And then, but you've got a dealer that really wants to show Mazdas. And how does that work? Did Jeff come to you and say, hey, look, Mazda's not going to show anything, but I'll put together a deal and I'll show Mazda's here?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a process. We have to go to the dealer group in Houston, the whole dealer body, and say, hey, do y'all want to put it on together? And if they agree that they don't want to have the expense of putting it on together, then one dealer may stand up and say, well, I want to do it. I want to represent the brand for everybody.
Good for him.
And they come and they put on the exhibit. But they also have to get permission from the brand. Buick GMC is also not here. There were multiple dealers that said, we want to put on a display. The corporate brand said, no, you cannot do it.
Wow.
So
and they have to
it just depends.
And they have to get approved by the state to display vehicles off property as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Every manufacturer or dealer here has to have that permission from the state. It's kind of an awareness thing, so that they know, because this is a non-selling show. You cannot sell cars at an auto show in Texas per our franchise laws. So you have to alert the state that you're displaying off-site.
Man, that's a lot of wheels in motion on that ship there. I don't know how you'd keep all that stuff straight.
It's a lot of behind-the-scenes things that not everyone's aware of.
Wow. No, because, in car shows past, we never thought of stuff like that.
That's right.
Nobody ever, who would have ever thought that Buick GMC, they wouldn't show vehicles here?
Well, and that's why I thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about stuff like this, because people, comment or question or shame on you, Auto Show, for not having that brand here.
It's your fault.
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't have control over that. I want everyone here.
You give the invitation.
That's
it's just
right.
whether or not they want to come.
Exactly. And, it's not about price or anything like that either, because we're priced right and very competitive compared to auto shows around the country. So it is about inventory or that brand's particular marketing goals, and not wanting to do auto shows at this time.
And that's interesting, because Chevrolet has a huge display as you walk in the front door, a division of General Motors.
That's right.
But they don't have Buick and GMC.
Yes.
Cadillac, are they here?
I can't answer the question. Central Cadillac is representing the Cadillac brand.
Wow.
At least there's somebody.
Yeah.
It's interesting how you've managed to put all this together, and people have had to step up to the plate that didn't in the past have to step up to the plate, because the manufacturer would have a big display here, and now we're not going to have a big display here, and we got our competitors that are displaying here.
Exactly.
And there's that kind of stuff going on.
And that's exactly why the dealers in Houston feel it's important to put on a dealer display, because that is the whole purpose of the auto show, is to come here and comparison shop. Comparison shop means check out the competitors.
Yep.
And if you're not in line on the competitor list, then you're missing out. And so brands like Mazda and Cadillac and Mitsubishi and Volvo that are here represented all by dealer groups, that is because they knew they wanted to be a part of that comparison
and
shopping.
you've got things like this across the street from us that they put the people in the car.
That's right. I mean, the test drive opportunities are the best way to sell.
Exactly.
I mean, Camp Jeep and the Ram Track are phenomenal at doing that. They really give you a good experience of the vehicle and give you that car buying fever. Out front, we have Ford, Subaru, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram doing test drives as well. So it's a good opportunity to really do all of that shopping in one place to make your decision.
We were talking to the Camp Jeep guys over here just a little while ago and asked them about, when you get the person in the Jeep, there's two schools of thought. You got the guy that wants to go for a ride, really doesn't care.
Sure.
Then there's the other guy that's actually interested in the Jeep, never owned a Jeep before. What kind of questions do they ask the person that's driving?
Mm-hmm.
And it's an interesting thing because they ask all of the questions. Not necessarily all at the same time, but you've got one person that's more interested in, like, for instance, the 4xe Jeep,
Yep.
the electric one. The hybrid, and then you've got other ones that are more interested in the off-road stuff, more that want a city kind of vehicle. Well, does it have this? What kind of safety features are? So it's really interesting when they get inside the vehicles to talk to the people that actually interact with these guests, we'll say.
I do have a nautical history question, trivia. Did you know that the pool on the Titanic is still filled with water?
Okay, dad joke.
It was. I was going to use that tomorrow on the
Leah,
Saturday.
yeah, you
I
can
will.
reuse
Yeah.
it for Leah.
Thank
She'll
you. So don't tell anybody.
appreciate it also.
Well, I'm thrilled. I noticed when we were rushing around here and trying to get our phone line working, and we went through the front area out there where the tickets are. People are out there.
Lines.
Well, lines to get in already.
Yes.
And here we are on Thursday, and a lot of people here.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, we're really excited about, the anticipation of the weekend ahead. I think the weekend's going to be really busy. So if you're thinking about coming, come tonight, come tomorrow if you don't want to, be in the big crowds, because I have a feeling the weekend's going to be big.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is that I think it's important is that tickets are available online.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you don't want to pay those dang Ticketmaster fees, I don't blame you. Just come to the door and buy them with no Ticketmaster fees, but just bring your patience because you might have to wait.
A discount ticket still available?
There is a discount ticket available from McDonald's on the receipt backs. You can't go and ask for a coupon. You have to buy something at McDonald's. On the receipt back, there is a QR code. When you get that, you'll have a discount, and you'll be donating to the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Houston, Galveston.
Okay.
Very cool.
All right. I looked at on the flyer that I was given in the press room earlier, and I didn't see that on there. But I thought you would know because you know everything about all of this.
Well, I try.
So how did move-in go? I need to go down to the nitty-gritty here and find out all the good stuff.
Move-in was really smooth, really good. We did have rain on Monday, so it took us extra time to get the carpet down because we waited to make sure all the floors were dry, vehicles were dry, all that kind of stuff. People don't realize the process we have to go through. We have to go through a fire marshal. He has to inspect all the vehicles, make sure there's only a quarter tank of gas or less in each vehicle. They bring them in, line them up, move them around, connect them electrically. Then they have to disconnect the batteries. It's a whole process, but pretty much everything, the vehicles are all moved in on Monday and Tuesday, and then we open on Wednesday. So it's a pretty fast process.
So the city provides a team as well, being the fire department.
NRG Center.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's
through
part
NRG Center, we have to hire the fire marshal,
Okay,
security,
I
staffing, cleaning, staffing, and then we have a decorator, Shepherd Expo Services that does all the extra beautiful things that you see, all our signs and marketing, the carpets, all of that information, that decor.
You can tell that it's different, though, this year. You can tell.
What do you feel different?
Well, I don't know. I can't be specific. I don't know. I think just the fact that the boats are down at the other end of the center here, that's different.
Well, we have a film crew that comes every year and creates some really awesome videos for us for our local newspaper digital stuff. And they came, and he's been here about 4 or 5 years now, and he said he felt that it felt fuller and more leisurely. Like maybe if you're coming to the auto show, you would want to come see the 3 SUVs you had in mind. You'd spend 2 or 3 hours looking at that. He goes, now I feel like you'd want to spend all day because there's even more to look at with the boats, the RVs, the kayaks and jet skis, all the aftermarket stuff, the classic cars. Like there's even more to see and do. So he was like, I feel like I want to spend more time than I usually would.
You know, and I have to tell you that the classic cars out front in the lobby, that has always been a big hit with me.
Oh, yeah.
There's some good ones this year, some good classics.
He always has some great cars out there, and how he does it, I don't know. He clearly has connections that we don't. But that Bugatti thing that's out there.
That kit car, it's
the
so
Art
incredible.
Deco, is that gorgeous?
I mean, y'all know that I love my job. I love cars just enough to love my job. And that when I passed that Bugatti kit car, I stopped in my tracks. I was like, what is that? That is cool.
I thought it was a Delahaye at first.
Well, and then that's the look of it, though.
Right, yeah. But it's stunningly beautiful. But there are those cars out there that are in the lobby that you have to stop by when you're here and see them.
And then we have the whole section of classic cars inside as well with the Mr. Gullo's exhibition with select 9 vehicles from his museum up in Conroe. And then we brought in, private vehicles from all over the place, and including a Duesenberg, Locomobile, and then a unique car section with the Hot Wheels winner, with the Ghostbusters car. We've got a really cool selection of other vehicles to see.
Neat.
Yeah, it truly is a fun thing. You know, one of the other things that I noticed that I didn't see a whole range of media people in the press room in there that I normally would. Hey, I need to have this. Do you have that interview lined up for me? I want. Whiners. I didn't see that in there this morning when I was passing through.
Good. I'm glad.
Apparently somebody's doing their job.
Leah and I made a great team this year to get out a lot of information.
Yeah, well, it worked apparently. So what are you looking forward to for the next few days other than tons of people?
Yeah, tons of people would be nice, and just, car sales from here. Hopefully people make some vehicle buying decisions, because that's what stirs our market in the Houston area. Yeah. I mean, it's the biggest economic driver along with home sales. Those are the top 2 for Houston economics, so it's great. And, yeah, I just want to have a good, safe, happy next 3 days.
Now, isn't this the weekend for the monster trucks?
That's right. Monster Jam is here, too. Yeah. So you can check out Monster Jam. You can come here in the morning, go to Monster Jam session, depending on what time you're going. You can fit both events. So that's like 3 events and one $15 parking fee.
So in other words, you can have all the hot dogs, chili dogs, popcorn, and soda pops that you want. And take the kids home and let them pass out they'll be passed out in the car on the way home.
That's my husband's plan on Saturday.
Is he?
To pass out in the car?
That too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a great show. We love coming, and thanks for having us.
Yeah.
You're going to stop by and do this all over again with us on Saturday?
Yes, of course. I'll see you on Saturday morning.
Okay, good. Yeah, because we got to be here early on Saturday morning because, we can't leave this out here. We have to pack it up and leave it with you for a couple of days.
I'll take care of it.
I know you will. Okay.
We'll
Selena?
We'll leave David as a deposit.
Oh, that's all right.
Michelle Salinas, it's always good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you and for letting us come out here. I don't know why they do that, but they do.
We'll see you here.
Yes, we definitely will. Michelle Salinas with the Houston Auto and Boat Show. I guess just the auto part of it. The boat part is somebody else, but we'll get into that on Saturday.
It's all together.
Oh, I know. I agree. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address here at In Wheel Time is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for This Week in Auto History. And Conrad has This Week in Auto History. We don't have any video, Conrad,
loaded, sir.
Because apparently Mr. Mars screwed the pooch, and it just didn't happen. Did I say that? Is it okay if I said that?
No, you're good.
I sent it to him. So
thank you.
Thank you.
In 1913, the world's first closed production car was introduced by the Hudson Motor Car Company, the Model 54 sedan.
Hudson.
Prior to that, all automobiles had open cabs or convertible roofs. In 1937, 12 days into a general sit-down strike, at the General Motors factory in Flint, Michigan, General Motors security forces and the Flint Police Department moved in to evict the strikers. A pitched battle broke out at the Fisher Body Plant.
What year is that?
1937.
I saw a film of that.
This is the one with the machine guns
Yes.
and stuff.
Oh,
I thought
my
he said
God.
he covered it.
Don covered it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing. They're just opening up on the union workers.
Unbelievable.
And finally, Governor Frank Murphy ordered the National Guard to stem the violence. The sit-down strike lasted 44 days and ended in GM's surrender to the demands of the UAW. GM was the first of the big three automakers to make a deal with the UAW, and the era of progressive labor practices in the auto industry was ending. In 1942, the first blackout Cadillac was completed.
Oh.
So they didn't have any chrome on this Cadillac, and it was all either black or it was all either army green because due to the restrictions on materials necessary in the war effort, all of the trim that was chrome
They
had to
painted
be
it black.
painted, right.
Is that what they call murdered out? The first
Today.
They also lacked
yeah.
spare tires and other luxuries, but most of them in 1942 went out as military staff cars, which would be kind of cool,
Yeah.
driving a Cadillac staff car back then.
Yeah.
It's very cool to drive a Cadillac anytime.
Oh, gosh. In 1954, General Motors introduced the Firebird XP21 show car, the world's first gas turbine-powered car. It was named through the use of a U.S. military experimental jet-powered aircraft engine that had the code numbers XP59. So if you remember that car, if I had pictures, you'd remember it. Kind of looked like a jet. Had a little tail fin.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a picture of it recently. I have ever ridden in, and all I did was slump down in the back seat so nobody could see me in it.
Got you to school.
Oh, God, yeah, I know, but so embarrassing. Lori Brown.
Well, you got to remember back then, back in the early 50s, Hudson was the NASCAR.
Yeah, I
one
know.
of the cars of NASCAR.
And it was
cars.
like that. The body shape was like that car in
Like
NASCAR.
a suppository?
No, it looked like a Beetle. I mean, I don't know of a suppository that looks like a Beetle.
My urologist knows suppositories.
You probably could tell us all about
I could.
suppositories. Much hospital time as you've spent.
I'll
But please
review one
don't.
next time.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Why not?
Save it for dinner conversation.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm shuffling papers here,
It's
and
okay.
give me
That's
just
fine.
a second to get my.
We're kind of like looking around to see all the people just.
Yeah, I mean,
this place is
if you're a
busy.
people watcher, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
a great place to be.
Well,
Yeah.
another thing coming up is February 25th is Lone Star Throwdown at the Lone Star Convention Center. So after Don flies over it on Sunday,
Shut up! I'm not going to.
watching Trump, all those Trumpers are going to leave behind the stuff for the Lone Star Throwdown.
And what date is that?
February 25th, and then
That's a Friday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Okay.
and then Tailpipes and Tacos. I've been hearing the advertisement for that.
Yeah, that's in March 19th.
Yeah.
But the next thing that I've got coming up is Coffee and Chrome at Avalon Diner out in Stafford.
Sunday.
That's
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Sunday
Next
the 6th, yeah.
First Sunday of every month. I found
You know,
that out
Tesla
today.
doesn't typically break out U.S. sales as part of its quarterly earnings report, but data from Cox Automotive suggests the EV leader snatched the luxury sales crown from BMW last year, regardless of fuel type. Tesla, which reported global vehicle sales this month and fourth quarter results on Wednesday, garnered 72% of the U.S. EV market in 2021. EVs are defined as vehicles powered exclusively by batteries, whereas electrified vehicles include hybrids and plug-in hybrids, which are primarily powered by internal combustion engines. If I mentioned this earlier, please forgive me, but I'm going to mention it again. U.S. Commerce Department said Tuesday a survey of semiconductor chip producers and users show a shortage will persist, sparked primarily by wafer production capacity, at least for another 6 months.
Oh, it's going to be longer than that.
They're saying now, I'm hearing rumors that it's going to be till at least the end of the year.
Yeah,
Through
yeah.
this year, yeah.
If not into the start of next year.
Yeah, because not much gets done, after Thanksgiving. So, I would imagine.
But if you want real good chips, go to Loopy Tortillas on March 19th.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that. You know, Stan had, for the December show, had trophies made up with the Loopy Tortilla chili pepper.
Oh,
it's a really. Have you seen the trophies?
That's a
They're really
pepper.
nice.
That pepper's trademarked.
And so he's going to give away trophies. He's going to give away gift cards.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a judged show. So need to really, if you're thinking about going to any kind of cruise in, be sure.
Tailpipes and Tacos is changing.
Yep.
Yeah, that on March the 19th. Yeah.
Yep. There's always been a good steady crowd, a good steady group of hot rodders and show car people there, but this is just a way to increase it and enhance it.
I agree. I think it's a good move. It'll be a quarterly event instead of monthly because it was really dragging on and it just wasn't attracting as many people as it first was.
Well, this will bring
back
back
but you know there are a lot of cruise-ins going on.
Yeah, this will bring back the enthusiasm.
I think so too. So that's March the 19th.
We'll have the new flyer next week, so we'll have it out. And
Oh, we will?
Yes.
Okay, she promised that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. And I think when we come back on Saturday that we need to move down there toward that pole.
How do we bring the internet with us?
Let's see how much cable we got. We'll go as far as the cable will go.
Because this speaker back here is killing us.
Yeah. We weren't aware it was in there.
I didn't realize it either. Of course, you know, there was nobody here when we came in this morning.
Yes.
We had to push our way through the security.
And Saturday opens at 10, so we'll only have 2 hours of this, of the 4 hours, rather than the 3 we had. So.
Correct. So that'll be a good thing. Mr. Ainsley, it's always good to have you here. Thank you very much for coming out and putting up with us and straightening out the things that
Making stuff happen.
Mr. Mars had no clue was going on while he was out.
Getting us on the internet.
Out gallivanting around.
You know what? He made the emergency run for things, and it worked out.
Okay, well, that's good. Now it's time now for us to take a quick break, and we're going to wrap up today's show as soon as we get back from these brief messages. Stay with us.
You're invited to the event of the year. The Houston Auto Show and Houston Boat Show are getting hitched. January 26th through the 30th at NRG Center. The Auto Show and Boat Show unite for the first time ever. Take a test drive, board your dream boat, check out the latest and greatest models. One ticket gets you into 2 great events. The Houston Auto and Boat Show, January 26th through 30th at NRG Center. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Houston, we have a date. Saturday, March 19th, 2022. It's the premiere of the all-new Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you are invited. Tailpipes and Tacos kicks off a new seasonal format, and first up is the Spring Cruise-In at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. Saturday, March 19th. Tailpipes and Tacos will award trophies for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic. So make plans now. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in, and this one brings it all together for Spring 2022. You'll enjoy seeing the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, along with Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no fee, and you can automatically compete for custom Loopy trophies. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for the all-new Spring Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 19th. Spectators are welcome. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Let's celebrate the arrival of spring and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos March 19th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Real Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Real Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@nwheeltime.com.
Well, that's a wrap for this special Houston Auto and Boat Show episode of the In Real Time Car Talk Show. When you're on our Facebook page, please give us a like and tell your friends about us and share our junk if you would, please. You'll get Conrad's Unicorn Hunting features along with all things automotive all week long. There'll be some fun stuff there and you can mess with as well.
Absolutely.
Along with upcoming car-related things to do and entertaining car talk. In Real Time Car Show streams live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and on InWheelTime.com every Saturday, 8 to